So I want to make a motion to start the license board meeting for December 7th at 5:22 PM. Can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. By new state laws, we have to do some type of roll call. So initially, I'm going to announce the names of all the commissioners, and then after, I'm just going to say that all three voted or whatnot. So for this vote, all three commissioners voted in favor of starting the meeting, and the commissioners present are Michael Moriarty, Jose Correa, and myself, Anthony Luciano. So our first item, we're going to do some hearings first. So we're in the process is we're going to go through these hearings, close the hearings, then we go to the agenda for the voting. So I want to make a motion to open a hearing for alteration of premises of Rain Dog LLC doing business as Pickles Pub and Pizzeria. Can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor of opening this hearing. And so this is, like I said, it's an alteration of premises for Rain Dog LLC doing businesses Pickles Pub and Pizzeria, 906 Hamden Street. And for my comments, it's a dining area. It's outdoor dining area and 910 Hamden, so inside. So what's on the alteration?
Alteration.
So they're just included, they currently have an outdoor patio that is covered under the executive order for being able to serve alcohol outside with a simple amendment. So now, given that that expires April 1st of 2023, they're just doing the formality of formally adding that space to their licensed premise. In addition to they now own, it's kind of like a big banquet room directly next to it. They're connected. So they're also going to be extending the liquor license to include that space.
Okay. Is there anyone from the audience that would like to speak on behalf of this alteration?
Excuse me, I'm Attorney Thomas Wilson, and I'm here with Jody DeLuz from Rain. I believe that they also have 910 Hamden Street.
Yeah, that's part of it.
That's the new part of it. No, 918 Hamden
Mhm.
is the part. So,
Either way, it's directly adjacent.
correct, yes,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of familiarity with the property. And by the way, in full disclosure, I represented the prior owners of this building for many years. So that's what background is. That doesn't entail any conflict whatsoever, but I always like to disclose when I've had any relationship with a party or a property. So the pub has been growing all the way out to right next to where Rusty's is. Is that the footprint we're talking about now?
Where Rusty's had their little coffee shop is now going to be part of the pub.
That would now be the part of the pub.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's extending from the alleyway on the inside all the way over to where the little coffee shop was. So everything's
Correct.
except where you go and eat in Rusty's right now.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, thank
Wow.
you. That's very clear.
So almost the whole block.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I need to disclose if I eat there?
I don't think that's fair.
Just as long as you keep doing it, it's fine.
Yeah. Unless they pay you to eat there.
No, they don't. They don't pay me to eat there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. Yeah, one time that was like 4 or 5 different businesses. So
Great. Is there anyone else from the public that would like to speak for or against this application for alteration? Okay.
move to close the hearing.
Second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted to close the hearing. So we're not gonna, it's not done yet. We have to do a second hearing and then we're gonna vote it through. It's just how the process works. So it's gonna be about 5 more minutes. Next item on the agenda is another hearing for an annual all alcohol license, HRA city license. And so I want to make a motion to open that hearing.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor of opening the hearing for this annual all alcohol license. Do you want to speak on that at all?
Sure. So this license is part of the Holyoke Redevelopment Authority's Center City License Program. We were granted additional licenses that we're allowed to give out only in a specified area. And those licenses are also remain under control of the city. They're not, the person can't sell them. So the person applying for it, they're going into the space that used to be. You please mute yourself. They're going into the space that used to be Avalon, right down here. It's the former people, they ran a famous cafe over at over at,
Toby, please mute your Zoom.
they're going, yeah, so it's the former, it was the famous cafe. They were over at Gateway City Arts. They didn't have a liquor license or anything, but it's those same people. They're now moving into this space.
Yeah.
It's going to be called Fame. And so it's not going to be open probably in, oh, well, they're doing like a soft opening without alcohol in December. But then once this eventually gets approved, they'll have a liquor license.
No, he's.
Yeah, you hear you.
So do I need to, I think I might be Facebook friends with one of those guys. Do I need to disclose that?
No. Again, unless they pay you to be a Facebook friend. Unless they pay you to be a
They
Facebook.
don't get a big difference. Would anyone from the public like to speak on behalf of this new annual all alcohol license? Want to make a motion to close the hearing?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, all three commissioners present and voted in favor of closing the hearing. So now we're back into our main meeting and we're back to the alteration of premises for Rain Dog LLC doing business as Pickles Pub and Pizzeria. And I want to make a motion to pass that.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor of the alteration of premises. Good luck.
Now they're not talking.
Next, we have now the annual all alcohol license for Navarro,
Damavero, yeah.
LLC doing business as Fame 386 Dwight, and we just had the hearing on that.
The HRC sent the license. Please
Yes.
Mention that.
Oh, and then it's a new HRA Center City license.
Second that.
Um,
Just want to remind myself of the process. We, upon our approval, gets forwarded to the ABCC for the vetting of the principals and
Yep.
everything else.
They do the
Yeah, good,
inspections,
good.
yeah.
Okay,
So we need a motion to approve.
so moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
So all three commissioners present have voted in favor of this new HRA Center City license annual all alcohol. So I'd like to make a motion because we have a trooper here that wanted to speak on behalf of item 20 of the motor vehicle renewals. So I wanted to make a motion if we could take that item up next.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So move. All three license board commissioners present and voted in favor of moving it. So if you go to, let's see, wait, I just gotta bring it up. Yeah, it's in their big pot and, oh, I'm the only one with the pile?
Because there's so many.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then we can pass it around. So this is 2023 motor vehicle renewals and Alexander Oquendo doing business as KND Auto Sales, 18 K Avenue, Class 2 and repair. And here's the application. Sorry, I wrote on it. I didn't really, that's not the official one though. That's just a copy. Okay. And then Trooper Dezick wanted to speak on behalf of this renewal.
Mr. Chairman, board members, thank you for having me. I'm here to request that you do not renew KD Auto Sales Class 2 dealer license. And these are some of the reasons. I am a trooper with the Mass State Police. My name's Bob Dezak. I'm assigned to the motor vehicle regulatory section, which is the registry of motor vehicles. I've been in this unit for about a year now, and right when I got into this unit, K&D was brought to my attention because there have been some suspicious activity with stolen vehicles. And one in particular, I made a packet and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. About a year ago, there was a Cadillac Escalade that K&D Auto purchased from a dealer up in Vermont, which is being investigated for stolen motor vehicles. They purchased this one vehicle and they eventually tried to sell it to Bob Pion Pontiac, or Bob Pion GMC now. Bob Pion decided for some reason that something was sketchy, they didn't want the vehicle, A&D took it back. They ended up selling it to a private party. When this private party registered the vehicle and brought it in for inspection, the computer that you plug into the OBD2 port from the inspection, the VIN in the computer didn't match the public VIN on the windshield. So they were able to determine that this vehicle was stolen, not only by that, but the parts on the Cadillac itself. They were able to trace back and it belonged to a different vehicle, and it was a stolen vehicle. So this private party was out $50,000 that he paid for this vehicle. Over the course of the year, K&D Auto has been coming up on my radar. The owner, Mr. Akendo, has been lending out his dealer plates, and he's been just doing some other things that illegal and administratively with the registry aren't proper. And most recently, there was a BMW that was pulled over in Chicopee. It's a $100,000 vehicle. The operator was arrested, and the Chicopee police officer called me, knowing that I'm in this unit. Hey, can you come check out this vehicle? We have no record of any ownership. There was an illegally attached plate to this vehicle. We have no record of any ownership. And the driver says that he works for K&D, and we just purchased the vehicle, it's going to K&D, but there was no bill of sale, there was no paperwork at all. The very next day, same driver shows up at Chicopee Police Department with a form from the registry, which is a controlled form, they're all numbered. And this was a form that was assigned to K&D Auto, had a K&D stamp on it, but the driver was the one who signed the form. And it showed that this vehicle was being sold from K&D to a female party, unknown female party. There's no paper trail of K&D actually ever owning this vehicle. So a red flag popped up that this paperwork was forged or just not filled out correctly. A couple weeks later, I received a bill of sale from the driver's attorney, sends me a bill of sale. And it shows on that bill of sale that this vehicle was sold from the original person to K&D Auto / Alex Akendo. The driver signed it. There's no signature from anyone from K&D Auto. It was that bill of sale was signed. And the sale price of that vehicle was $25,000. It's a $100,000 vehicle. So more red flags have popped up. Since that happened, we did an administrative inspection of K&D Auto at the actual property, 18 K Street. Mr. Akendo had no accounting system at all for any of the vehicles that he had for sale. You are supposed to have a used vehicle record book. There's a number of criteria to meet on the registry side of it and able to qualify for dealer plates. He had a folder of, there had to have been 100 motor vehicle types. not one of the vehicle titles showed that K and D was assigned that vehicle. On the back of the title, you're supposed to transfer ownership. Not one of those vehicles had any ownership to show that they belong to K and D. He's allowed 12 vehicles to sell on his property. An additional 3 that can be under repair. He had 15 vehicles on his property. It's a small piece of property, but he also had a dozen vehicles out on K Street, unregistered, and they were just lined up on K Street, which I towed that day. I towed all of the vehicles. Mr. Akendo showed up the next day with all the titles, all of the back of the titles he filled out. They were all released to him. That wasn't an issue. My request is not that you renew his class 2 license. And additionally, during that inspection, I had asked him for his corporation paperwork that he had to file with the Secretary of State. He wasn't able to supply anything. The most recent one was 2013 that he was able to pull out of his briefcase. So I did a check on the Secretary of State website, and there's a number of K and D auto body. There's a number of K and D somethings throughout the state, but there's no K and D auto 18 K Street or Hoyoke. So my request is that you don't approve his renewal. What I would really like for him to do, I'm not looking to put anybody out of business. I would like him to restructure. I'd like him to start from scratch, brand new name, new corporation. And if he applies for a class 2 license, that way we can make sure that he's taking the proper steps and he's got the right administrative paperwork in order. So my goal isn't to put anybody out of business, but it is to make sure everybody's doing the right thing.
Great. Is there any more questions for?
I have another disclosure. I represented Mr. Aquendo about a decade ago. And for some period of years prior to that, I have not been in the practice of law for the best part of a decade. So I haven't had any ongoing business qualification or business interactions with him since. In this case, were he or a counsel on his behalf to ask me to recuse myself, I probably would at his request. There's a duty of loyalty that sticks with a lawyer forever.
Okay.
I don't see anybody here speaking on their behalf.
Mr. Akendo is here.
He is here. It's been a long time. Good to see you. Mr. Kendo, if you want me to recuse myself and not be involved in this, I would certainly honor that.
I wasn't prepared for this. I mean, I have an attorney, but I didn't think I had to bring an attorney.
Okay.
Just
So-
wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah, because I was your attorney a long time ago. If you want me to step out of this hearing, I will do that right now. Okay, good. If you're okay with it, then I'll stay engaged. Yeah, okay. So I think we should give Mr. Quendo an opportunity to speak for himself, though.
So would anyone like to come up and speak? Mr. Quendo, would you like to speak?
I wasn't prepared for this. I mean, I was
Oh.
told to come to a meeting that was for review. I would have got more prepared for this.
Okay,
I just didn't-
we have a meeting in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
We have a
right.
second meeting in 2 weeks.
Exactly. And how long is the current license good for? The end of the year? So why don't we table it?
Okay, which is usual, just so everyone knows, it is a normal process when we don't have all the information or we get requests when someone doesn't have an attorney but wants one, that we do, it's a very normal process that we do table it. This month, we happen to have 2 meetings. We typically have it once a month. So we have another meeting coming up on December 21st.
21st,
Um,
21st, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be the Wednesday, but yeah, 2 weeks from now.
We need to talk about that. We will talk about that.
okay, it's still gonna be that day.
It will be a second meeting.
Okay.
The 20th.
Somewhere around that week.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. So if that's the case, what I would do is move to table it and we'll take it up at the next meeting.
Great.
Okay, I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. So this,
Real quick,
oh,
in terms of who's gonna be present at the next meeting. Like, are you coming to?
I will be here.
Both parties gonna bring in some of their, okay,
I didn't get it.
okay.
we also should probably get our legal department to be present or request it.
Yep.
Okay.
Would there be any documentation that you need prior?
I think we're pretty much have it all.
I do, but should I submit anything that you?
Yeah, whatever you have,
It would be good to have copies.
yeah, just email me and then I will distribute it to the board accordingly for them to have the information.
Okay, great.
And for our records as well.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we're moving on to change in manager for Holyoke Liquor Mart, 2217 Northampton Street. There's no paperwork, right?
But the change in.
Right, and there's no paperwork.
So nothing changes, everything's the same, it's just a change of manager.
Okay, is anyone from the public would like to speak on this change of manager?
This is all the proper identification stuff, everything's been done.
What do we know about the manager?
Okay. Everything's in order.
You want to, I can get some information.
No, if it's in order, I was just.
Yeah, everything's in order.
Okay, that's what I need.
The application, submitted with it without it being complete.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor of this change in manager for its continuation to the ABCC. Now we have a special one-day alcohol license for Unstop, and we're gonna need to wait for Jack. Is Jack coming back?
We could, or, but, the applicant is present and.
But I think Jack wanted to speak on this.
Okay.
So we're just gonna wait a second for
Can we
our
take care of
planner
the,
planner to return.
can we
Where
take
did
care
he
of the
go?
other renewals as a group?
I don't know if you want to go speak with.
Oh,
And
It's We're good.
okay.
He's back.
We just we're up to the point of the special one-day license. Oh, not yet. I'm gonna start it. So we have a special one-day license for Unstoppable Events LLC doing business as Dazed on 56 Jackson Street. And so this is on December 17th. It says 75 people from 7 to 11. And beer and wine is gonna be given away. So let's see. 56 Jackson, so
Yeah, I'm trying to,
Cannabis.
okay, got it. Got it now. Thank you.
and we've we've just been dealing with something where we have a pocket liquor license that is at the same address as a cannabis store going in, and we've notified that party that is not allowed.
Right.
So as far as we know, for annual licenses, there is state law not allowing for a liquor license and a cannabis license to be at the same location. So did you want to speak on this at all? Because you've
I would open it up to that.
Okay. So let's open up. Would you like to speak
Yeah,
on
please.
behalf of?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, so
please.
it can be
And
heard
then
on
just
the-
state your name and
Okay, my name is Christopher Vianello. And,
thanks for coming in.
No, thanks for having me. So we're just trying to do a holiday party. And the application kind of speaks for itself. The only thing I would say that's a little unclear there is that it says Unstoppable Events doing businesses days. So that's not really it. It's Unstoppable Events is just the event company that we use. Dazed is the location that it's gonna be at. They're two separate entities. So that's important, but no, I guess maybe it's not, I don't know. But and then we're not necessarily giving liquor or beer and wine is not liquor, and we're gonna be giving out drink tickets at the door for a nominal fee of $5 or something like that. That's the intention.
That's a door fee.
So it's not.
To get tickets, yeah.
Well, then it's not, well, just to correct, then it's not being given away.
Right, but it's just a fee to come in and we're gonna give you 2 or 3 tickets, or probably 3 tickets. And then when those expire, you're done. So I guess it's not doing what, yeah.
I guess it's,
So it's not a holiday party, because it's gonna be open to the public, because the way you described it to me was that it was a holiday party, so I assumed it was for your employees, but, so you okay, so it's not.
Well, it's for employees, friends, family, things like that of the business. Vendors, who we do business with. What we were trying to avoid was having people, we didn't want to shutter the building, we didn't want to close the business during these hours when we were having it at the business. And we were also saying if there were people that we neglected to formally invite or anything like that, that they could still come in at the door. So that's why we were kind of doing that.
So the only thing I want to mention, Jack had mentioned to me recently that there are some state laws around loitering
Yeah,
in a cannabis facility, in a cannabis sales floor.
yeah.
And so would this be violating that state law of loitering? Because people wouldn't be necessarily buying cannabis, they would just be hanging around and drinking.
Well, I'm not an attorney, so I don't know what the legal definition of loitering, but I think if you're an invited guest someplace, I wouldn't call that loitering. Or if you have a reason to be somewhere to celebrate something or get together for any reason, just like any other business, I would say it's not loitering. But again, that's just my interpretation of it. And I just think that's that's not a fair definition of what would be happening. Loitering is when there's someone who's really has no business being some places and might get higher. That's my understanding.
Well, I mean, isn't someone that's just sitting on a park bench, isn't that technically loitering?
Unless somebody invited you to the park bench to celebrate the holidays. That is a get together.
I just have a question. Are employees gonna be consuming alcohol?
No, absolutely not. So we have our own drug and alcohol free workplace policies and, anybody who's working on that shift is absolutely not gonna be drinking, of course not.
But doesn't the premises have a smoke-free, drug-free policy?
The policy is that people that work at our store don't have to endure people under the influence of drugs and alcohol while they're working. So I think this is gonna be consistent with that because people are not going to be working while they're drinking.
So then it's not for the employees.
It's not the employees that are working on that shift.
Tell me the policy again, you said?
The policy that we have, again, the way I understand it is that the Cannabis Control Commission wants us to have a drug and alcohol-free workplace policy. And the policy that we have at our store is that people who are working there do not have to work around other people that are under the influence of drugs and alcohol. To my definition, in my mind, I don't think that bringing in alcohol where people who are working are not consuming in a legal setting with the blessing of hopefully of the liquor board here would be people having to endure that kind of.
But wouldn't you say that's kind of the equivalent of just if it's a grocery store and you're just drinking in the grocery store?
If the grocery store wanted to have if the grocery store wanted to have a holiday party and section off an area.
Are you sectioning off a specific area like the sales floor?
Yeah, because there are people, again, we don't want to close the business. If we have to close the business, we just want to do it, we just do it elsewhere.
So the dispensary will be open, so people will be in and out, being able to
Purchasing
buy
cannabis.
cannabis while
Yeah.
this party's going on.
Yeah, I do have a question, because I just don't understand the layout of your property. I mean, I've seen it from the exterior, but I've never been inside. So, I am trying to wrap my head around, you've got essentially what's a private party, but at the same time, anybody can come in and buy their cannabis and they're supposed to leave. Are there like any sort of cordoning off, or are they on separate floors? I'm just not understanding how that works.
The sales floor is an open layout, so we would have just we would stanchion off a certain section to kind of delineate where the people that have the drink tickets and are drinking are, so they're not kind of intermingling with the sale of marijuana on the other side. But there's no separate stairs, separate room, or anything like that.
Do you have like a separate space within the property that you could do it at, that's not where you sell cannabis, at least?
It's not exactly a separate space. I mean, maybe a floor plan would have been helpful, but it's a room with obviously 4 corners, and the sales desk is in one of those 4 corners. So we would just go to one of the other corners and stanchion that off, so somebody could walk in the front door, purchase cannabis, and walk out the exit door without going through that section.
Could they also purchase cannabis and then join in the party?
Again, that would be something that you would say we should do or shouldn't do. I mean, that's not the intention for sure.
So the people that are coming to this aren't coming there because it's a dispensary.
Well, it's just the holiday party for the people, the larger group of the company.
But they can't partake in it.
The customers.
No, the employees that you're saying it's for.
But
I think the employees-
we have one, there will probably be 4 employees that are working. Those 4 people will not be ingesting alcohol or marijuana or any other substances. So those 4 people or 5 people, however many people are on, but we have about a staff of 25, and then we have, like I said, the larger group of vendors and people who we work with.
Yeah.
What's that?
So the issue here is, cannabis it's still a new thing. So the state hasn't really come down with, there's laws for an annual license. And do we interpret?
Is that an ABCC law?
Jack, what's the?
So no, that's not entirely true. I mean, there are no cannabis dispensaries that also have liquor licenses. The state, I don't think would approve that, but it's not on a law. The main law the ABCC has regarding cannabis is that there can't be alcohol in cannabis products. You can't make alcohol infused cannabis. That's from the
that's not what's in
ABCC.
here.
No, I know.
Right. That's
I'm
a
just saying,
separate question.
that's the one thing that's on the books of the ABCC, but they did admit that it's a gray area. It doesn't say you can, it doesn't say you can't.
Yeah.
CCC, same answer. They didn't think it was a good idea. I mean, that's just, here's, yeah.
We reached out to legal about it, and that's
I
what
see
you're
the email
reading
here.
about it, and I highlighted the area where that quoted Michael based on that.
So I did want to ask this, though. That's a November 3rd email, it looks like, and Attorney Bissonnette said he was going to inquire of the CCC. So that's over a month ago. Have we heard back?
I've spoken to the CCC.
Right.
And so their response wasn't the sort of hard and
It's a
fast, there'll be no
non-answer.
alcohol consumption. It's a gray area.
Yeah, it was a non-answer. It was basically ask the ABCC. Then when I asked the ABCC, they say ask the CCC.
Mom said it was okay, so, yeah.
Was there any different feeling about this if the business was willing to close during this time?
If it was a private party,
And then we're actually out of it.
That would be different.
If you closed your business and don't let the public in, but have it for your employees, we're out of the picture. And you can do, because if it's a private, it makes it a private event at your space that you don't allow the public in, that changes everything, and then we're not involved. But because you're doing it during your business hours and with the public, that's where the license problem, that's where the requirement of the license comes in.
Understood.
I still haven't looked at the paperwork, so.
You have a copy of this one, though. We all have our own, right?
Yeah,
What, do you want to take a second and we'll all look at that?
it's, I gave it to you. This is the one I just gave you, and this is your.
I thought we were passing it around, sorry.
No, I.
So
gave
we've
you one.
changed tonight, just because we had so many copies, some things weren't making copies of, so we're gonna say it on paper. But I thought that was one of it.
has it been confirmed that there would be a Holyoke police detail?
Yeah, of course, yeah, anytime we kind of have any.
The amount of people are gonna go through there.
What's-
We should.
Have you requested it though? Because you have to go through this site to request one to make sure there's one available for that date. I forgot the name, but Captain Cruz, like they approved, he
Right, I'm not,
runs that.
I think my partner already requested that day, and if we didn't do that,
What?
But I believe we already did.
What if we were to up, because the detail means one police officer,
Typically.
what if we were to up the quantity? As our,
So based on the quantity of people that you.
no, but we were to acquire 3 police officers.
But that doesn't change anything.
Okay. Throw me down. Johnny.
Yeah, it like cost $450 more or something, and I'm not sure how much safer you'd end up. So, yeah. So
Wait, oh, real quick too.
Yeah.
Given all the, where are all these people gonna park
We have adequate parking, on street parking over there.
for 75 people?
Well, it's not 75 at one shot.
Yeah, that's.
Before.
It's in now.
Okay.
So I don't think you're gonna have 75 people all at once.
Okay.
So. I mean, I always want to support a Holyoke business, and I always want to facilitate, normal business activities like having a holiday party. I think that's a good thing to do, but this is a challenging one. It really is, because putting alcohol and cannabis in the same location, it has some problematic issues, and there are more and more dispensaries opening up in Holyoke all the time, and so I think we have to guard ourselves against the weakest link. However, I don't know if a decision tonight for something that's just 10 days away creates a precedent we could never back off of either. So I tend to lean towards, let's support the business, let them go ahead. I would say in the future, I'd get ready to give up the Saturday night's business if you wanted to have it on site, or I'd go rent a hall someplace. I just think that would be the better way to go, but I'd rather not make them have to scramble in 10 days and find a different place to have their event. And one other thing I did think I picked up on, if you are charging $5 for an entry fee that comes with an alcohol ticket, you are effectively selling the alcohol, which again, that's what we give the license for. But that would mean you would still have to deal with this because of the sale, right? Otherwise, you'd also, when you have your holiday party, you got to let your guests come in for free, and treat them with a beer. I mean, I think that's the difference. I think
And just real quick note,
Yeah.
regardless of what happens.
even giving it away, we're
The
supposed to.
alcohol
Yeah,
has to come from a distributor. The alcohol cannot be purchased from the liquor store.
yeah, can't be-
Yeah.
yeah.
To, I think it's Holyoke, craft,
Beer.
yeah, and white wine.
Yeah. So that's my inclination, but I want to hear from people before making any motions, because it's a tough question.
I'm in line with you.
Yeah.
I mean, just keep in mind that if you guys approve this and other dispensaries come and trying to do the same thing, we're kind of opening.
This is setting a precedent.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Keep that in mind.
I think we can also try to make it clear. This is a unique question because nobody with the dispensary has ever come before us. We can absolutely do the opposite. We're not bound to anybody else for any other reason beyond this request in front of us tonight. And I think we can ask you as a staff to just make that really clear to dispensaries coming forward.
Days is aware they couldn't have a special one day at their location because they did an event back in July at a different location and applied for a special one day because they knew that they couldn't serve alcohol in that location.
Where was this location?
This was on Main Street
Oh, I
in the
remember
Mets at FX. So it was a day's event, but what's his name? I forgot his name. He's the owner of Jeremy, lend them their space because they knew they couldn't have the special one they approved for days because of the cannabis facility.
What was that? Was that a warm weather event that took place outside?
No, it was inside.
Was inside?
Yeah, it was where the Mets at FX is, the haunted house. Jeremy gave them that space, a space.
Okay.
So, and when this came up, I told them that, but it's, again, I don't approve, that's up to you guys, so. But, yeah, so they have applied back in July in a different.
Before
location.
sure that was the way actually did happen, because it sounds so new to me, the
Huh?
way you mentioned.
Tell me again.
So back in July, Days applied for a special one day for an event. I don't know the event, I can print out the application.
Well, not to interrupt, but it wasn't, just to be clear, it wasn't Days. It was us from the store, a few of the owners from the store had another interest with the third party, when we were doing a party at the event effects. It wasn't saying that the store was doing an event.
It's sort of
Right, but the
difficult while you're
application-
requesting this one.
Yeah, but the application came through Days, but Jeremy was letting you guys rent the space. So and again, you guys, at that time, you guys knew the special one, they couldn't be approved for the Jackson Street, that's why you guys did it at Jeremy's location, so. You know, like they's applied for a special one day in July at a different location. It wasn't a big issue because it wasn't at the
Okay,
57,
that was, okay.
56
So
Jackson.
you're saying, so with Michael saying, hey, we only have a few days to scramble. That's your count on that, well, they knew back in July.
Yeah, because I made it clear to them when the application came through and they were like, oh, no, it's gonna be at a different, and I didn't deal with Chris. I didn't deal with you. This is the first, so I don't know if it was Chris, but I didn't deal with him. I dealt with somebody else and I dealt with Jeremy. He was like, no. We are aware that they can't be cannabis and it's not gonna be at the dispensary. And that's why Jeremy was giving up that space for them, for them to be able to serve alcohol.
So,
Well, not again, not to contradict what you're saying, the argumentative, but the reason we went to the method effects is because we were having many more people than, than we could handle the store. That was a much bigger event, and they needed the entire space. They did something, an equivalent of like a concert at that event. So that wasn't even something that was contemplated to happen at the store, because we just couldn't have we didn't have capacity for that.
Okay.
and the other thing that just comes to mind is, even if we told them, you gotta go rent a hall someplace, because it's the 7th and we're not meeting again till the 21st, they wouldn't have another opportunity to identify a hall, file an application, get in here and have a license in time. So I think we're in a little bit of a box on this one instance because it's so new.
And it's also for all our one day events, we need a fire department.
He has it. That's the new application I,
Oh, that's what
yeah,
you
he has it.
So they
Yeah,
have that.
and I have liquor liability as well. I have everything,
So-
this type of payment.
Seems like you're both willing to approve this. The only way I still like the idea of an added, and I'm gonna say triple, I do go double the police detail.
You have a problem with, you good with that?
I don't have a problem with that around this.
Yeah.
Let's just do that then. Yeah. Let's just do that.
Well,
Double the police detail.
and we'll talk about the strict conditions.
Well, I mean, you guys shouldn't just be approving this blanketly.
Right.
Like, this is a very unique situation. If
Correct.
you are going to approve it, you guys need to really think about this. You're the local licensing authority.
Right.
So this is gonna, if anything happens, this is gonna come back on this board for approving this. So you really need to think about what conditions you're gonna put on this license to make sure that this happens appropriately.
Okay.
Like this, like the separated area,
Yeah.
we can talk about that.
Like it should be explicitly in writing, and possibly one of the duties of the detail is to have a copy of the written restrictions and ensure that they're complied with. Right?
Okay.
And so what you've promised us is the commercial area that's in operation will be stanchioned off. And there will not be an intersection between the customers and the working staff and the people who are participating in the holiday party.
Correct.
How will it be sectioned off?
The stanchions. With stanchions.
You know, like you see at the movie theater.
Okay.
But I just wanted to clear, didn't you say though, like, if I just walk in there to buy cannabis, are you preventing me from buying drink
Is
tickets?
that what you want to do?
Yep,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah, and it's like your guests should be staying away from your counter and your customers should not be your guests.
But we can't, if someone's done with the party, they should still be able to purchase their cannabis and leave.
Then they're next guest.
Then their next, once they're.
Get your stuff and get
yeah, so
out.
like,
Go away.
So,
Yeah.
but it's, they can't make, a party goer can't become a cannabis purchaser and then become a party goer again, so to speak.
Yeah. So you're saying it's a one-way trip once you go to that counter,
Right,
like normal,
right.
get your product and be on your way.
Which is with the no loitering, which is
That's-
which is a state law.
That's the loitering part,
Right.
right?
So once they purchase their cannabis, out the door.
So I think that'd be something to actually have written down.
Yes.
So that is complied with. I think you really need to stick to the hours, like 11 o'clock, be done. Don't run over.
Yeah.
And you know, just the other thing, next year, seriously consider making a choice, either go without the evening's business or rent a hall. Yeah, because I actually think I'll be more inclined not to approve this. And I really just don't want to harm your business with a last minute. I mean, it's not a last minute request, but this is your only shot.
Right.
Which means that also word should get out and should get out with everybody doing 1 day licenses. Try to get to us the month before.
Oh,
You know,
he was-
that's not the issue.
No, he
Right,
submitted
yeah.
his paperwork, on time.
Yeah, okay.
He brought the application right after the November meeting,
Right.
like right after, so he had no choice but to wait.
Oh, that's fair.
November.
That is fair.
Communicating,
Yeah.
so, I mean, I told you it was a possibility that they were gonna deny it, or, you know,
We've
so-
had ongoing.
yeah,
discussions.
Chris has been very communicative, and we've been communicative as well towards him, and we, you know, we told him it's up to the board. It's not-
That stuff's fair. I guess the only thing I'm saying is, if we had actually deliberated this in November, we'd have a lot more flexibility to say, I'm not comfortable. I think you should go find a different place. And we wouldn't be leaving you with no holiday party.
Right.
And that's what I don't want to do. You know, I mean, that's really kind of thing. Because I actually would kind of want the word to go out, you know, in 2023, when the holiday parties are starting, or when any other kind of parties, I'm going to be leaning real hard against this.
I mean,
I
just. so
I
you know,
really
the-
do want to see a separation of alcohol.
I mean, the
and
license board
cannabis.
has every authority to establish a rule that going forward that we don't approve.
And we may
liquor
need-
licenses
that might be
at cannabis
something for new
facilities.
business. To take
Okay.
on, yeah. I would not oppose that, but that rule doesn't exist in these folks.
No,
have come in
yeah.
Good faith.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They've made plans,
Yes.
you know? So do we have those things noted?
So wait, we have sectioned off, and we have no mixing of cannabis and holiday party guests.
And the 3 patrol, you guys.
Double.
Two.
Two,
Double, well, it's double, it's, I just want to say double whatever the police wants,
okay.
like, so they would. I
think
assume
he's
it's only
only
gonna be one
required
police
one.
officer?
They would
Yeah,
only
we
require
require
one.
Okay, so then it's gonna be 2 police officers.
And when you sorry, Jack, when you request that through the portal, the cop, can you send me a copy so I know that you
Yeah.
have 2 detailed police officers, please?
The only other, I just wanted to quickly throw, we talked, just no working employees can consume alcohol. That's a given, that's a given, but yes,
You
but
mentioned
Yeah,
that other-
and but not only should it be against policy, it should also be against the license, so we can,
Yeah,
No,
so. why don't-
belt and suspenders.
I'm just saying that
I like
X
that.
things to put on it,
Yeah,
just
no, I
so
like
it's clear and.
Yep, we do,
No,
we,
No, like
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Clock employees, like if it's not working, that's different.
and we're really bending here, we should be as clear as we can possibly be, I completely support that. Yeah. So with that, are we ready for a motion?
Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe every time.
Okay, so I move, subject to the conditions that have been noted. That we will approve the 1 day license.
I'd like to explicitly state the conditions again now, as part of the motion.
Okay, would you read them into the record again?
You want me to read them, or you have them?
Well, it was to have a specific section, a sectioned off area for the party goers. No mixing of cannabis and holiday party guests with no one can purchase cannabis and then attend the party. Once they purchase cannabis, they can't attend the party. Leave the premises, which is part of the no loitering rule of cannabis purchasing, and no clocked in employees to attend the party.
And 2 details.
And double the detail officers, which means two Holyoke police officers.
Yes.
And
thank you for
strict
the-
11 PM end time.
So my motion is with those conditions that we approve.
You want a second?
I was waiting for you, I was waiting
I'm
for
waiting
you
for you
to
to
ask
second
the
it.
question, somebody will second. it.
So second, wait a second.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. All 3 commissioners present have voted in favor of this 1 day alcohol license.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good luck with everything.
Good luck.
So, when you pick up your permit, I'll.
Okay, how I have to physically pick up a permit,
Yeah, you need to physically display the permit that they own that.
when would I do it, this anytime or that day?
I'll call you when it's ready. Oh, like display it?
Yeah.
The day of the event, just to- Or when the license is ready, I'll do that.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we have, motor vehicle renewals, and how many can we take all at once?
We can take one. So 2 and 3, there's an issue with them. They were continued, but the issue is still hasn't been solved.
So skip around those,
Yes.
and then everything else through
And then
19.
you pick 1 through 14. Not including 2 and 3. Sorry.
Okay.
So, okay, got it.
1 and 4 through 14.
Yes.
Okay. So we have our motor vehicle renewals of Michael Kennedy doing business as Carl's Inc., 600 Main Street, Class 2 and repair, continued. Oh, even though this was continued, there's nothing to talk about?
Because the issue's been resolved.
Okay,
Good to hear.
and Catherine Adair Sanchez doing business as Fellow Auto Repair, 69 Commercial Street, repair license, 65, sorry. Yeah, font bigger. Magelli Treble doing business as Tony's Auto Sales, 800 High Street, Class 2 and repair. George Murphy doing business as Riordan's Garage, 1537 Northampton Street, Class 2 and repair. Julio Quineros doing business as Julio's Auto Repair. What? Quinones, sorry. Pedro Centeno doing business as Peter Auto Repair, 65 Commercial Street. I'm just sorry, because there's a spot. That's why I'm having a little trouble. Moni Teeth doing business as American Muffler and Brake, 2237 Northampton Street.
Yes, thank you.
John DeFonte doing business as Mangle DeFonte Auto Body Inc., 121 to 130 Maple Street. I just want to mention, his grandson or son is my next door neighbor now. Huh?
I know, no trouble.
Pleasant Street, what's the matter?
I walk by.
Pleasant, yeah. I yelled at him one day at a corner. Pleasant Street Auto Body and Repair Inc. doing business as Pleasant Street Auto Sales, 170 Main Street. Pleasant Street Auto Body and Repair doing business as Hampshire Towing, 170 Main Street. Narcisco Vasquez doing business as Ron's Auto Care, 150 Success Street Repair. Gomez Enterprise LLC doing business as Sam Quality Motors, 170 Main Street, Class 2 and repair.
That's it.
Oh,
And that's it.
where it's
Okay,
at.
thanks.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
All 3 license board commissioners present had voted in favor. Okay, next, number 2, Darnell Jones doing business as Car and Truck Max Auto Sales, 395 Maple Street, Class 2 and repair, continued from 11/2.
So he still shows through the tax collector's office that he has outstanding taxes. I called them. Probably for the meeting, left them a message. So it's a tax issue.
Okay, so we're meeting in 2 weeks.
yep, move to table.
Second that? All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. And can you, I guess, reach out to him and maybe we should ask him to come in
Or just pay.
or just pay his taxes? One of those.
Okay, I'll make the-
It's fine.
Yeah.
And Oscar Reyes doing business as Reyes Auto Sales, 100 Main Street, Class 2 and repair, continued from 11/2.
So he brought in everything, but he still has outstanding taxes, so. I have an appointment with him tomorrow, and I'm gonna go with him to the tax collector's office to figure out what's the issue. Because according to him, he doesn't owe, but according to the tax, so I'm just gonna help him try to figure it out.
So I will move to table, but I will also disclose that at one time, several years ago, I also represented Mr. Reyes. Had a pretty good business.
We did a motion to table,
It's motion table.
motion to table. Second that motion to table. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. All 3 commissioners present had voted in favor of tabling this till our next December meeting. Okay, now we're at, should I just take the Lemke ones together?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we have 2, one for Michael J. Lemke doing business as Michael's Auto Sales, 11 Lincoln Street, Class 2, and Michael J. Lemke doing business as Gold Star Service, 11 Lincoln Street Repair.
So I think, you guys should continue this and request his presence for the next meeting.
Okay,
We-
what's outstanding?
Taxes.
Oh, tax.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Yeah.
Move to continue.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved,
Aye.
all three commissioners present and voted in favor of tabling this to our next meeting. Should I do these one at a time?
Yes,
Yep.
please.
It's Laflamme, and he's
Yeah.
here.
I hear here, great.
Yeah.
Laflamme Trucks and Equipment Sales, Inc., 5 Anderson Hill Road, Class 2.
So he owes taxes, the tax collector didn't give him a clearance form, and so he pays off his taxes. So if you wanna stand up, since you're here.
Hi.
Listen, we're just, I have 3 locations, I bought it past, I'm trying to keep it going. So, it's, I don't sell much there, I've been struggling. And I told her I'd give you $2,000 to help, and they're like, oh, no, pay everything, I said, you're doing me for 2023, I'm struggling for this year, never mind next year. So I said, tax for 3 grand a year, they don't know garage there, I'm working on Chicopee. They got like a lot of it. We seen arguing with family. And I'm just trying to keep it going, and I said, without a license, I'm gonna, endless, so. You're. Listen, I don't know, I'm just trying to keep it going.
Alex, what's going on with the tax? Don't they usually do negotiations?
Yeah, so
She said,
he has. to
wait
bring it.
wait the first of the year, you're in tax title collections, and you can make payments with the tax, with the treasurer. I said, I want to, are you $4,000? I can be $2,000. I said, can we make this happen? I said, Chippy had no problem with it, I was free, I gave 2.
Yeah,
Westfield. I
Why
said,
that can be done right now? What's?
So did you make a tax payment or not?
That's not up to me.
because she said, I can't do nothing,
It wouldn't count.
it wouldn't
Yeah.
count. She's like, I said, I owe $3,000 for 2022, for school 2020. You guys are billing me 2023. You guys might be in 23, but I'm not, you know? So I said, I'm paying over 60% of what I owe for this year. She goes, everything's gonna be paid in full. I said, there's somebody gotta be talking to. Nobody can, I do nothing. I went to her, I said, I'm not going to vote for her. Person in the predicament, but I'm just a lot not there.
Yeah, so I just told him to come to the
Yeah.
meeting and he can explain, but there's a new treasurer. And according to the treasurer, if anybody owes any type of taxes, they don't want us issuing any type of licenses or permits. So
Even if they're on a plan?
he can't enter a payment agreement because he's technically not in rear, so they're telling him wait until January 1st until basically you're overdue, so then we can enter into this payment
Does that
agreement.
make sense?
So if he's not in arrears, then why isn't he getting a certification?
Because he owes 2022 still. So right now, they're collecting payments for 2023, because 2022 should have been paid, I think, like in the beginning of the year,
Right,
wherever the taxes. go.
But that's arrears.
So wait, what are you in arrears for right now?
2022,
And how much do you owe?
$3,000.
And you got 2?
I got 2, and she wouldn't.
Why wouldn't she take?
Because yeah, it should only be 25% of the total. That's all that's required for a down payment.
But he can do the down payment because he's. it's
Yeah,
January
yeah, they're
1st.
not offering any, a payment plan,
Because
so
it's-
there's nothing to pay down.
Right, he's still in the
Okay.
tax collector process. For him to enter the tax agreement, it needs to hit the treasurer's office.
Yeah.
So-
Do you think by the end of March, you'll be caught up?
I went 4 months without something. I
What?
went 4 months without selling anything. So I just. I'm-
So it's hard to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, by then I can be, yeah, but I was like, I just need a license. Without a license, I can't, I'm on a business.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, how does that help anyone?
That's right.
She's like that, I need that all or nothing. I said, every other town I have no issues with. I owe a certain amount, I'm paying 50-60%, and nobody else has issue. If you can wait till next year, and then you're in a tax settlement, make payment to the treasury. I said, how does that help anyone?
Well, let me ask this.
I want the treasurer to come here, not for this case.
Yeah.
I want them to come here and talk to us.
And
I
this
don't
was,
like this.
this was the tax collector, right? You didn't go to the
Casey?
treasurer, this was the
Huh?
tax collector.
Yeah, I know him personally.
Yeah, he's the treasurer.
Sorry, sorry.
Yoda, and then she went behind the office.
For us, so it was the clerk and then
I
Laura.
was like, oh, who can talk to? Nobody can talk. To. I was like, it doesn't make any sense. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so,
guys can send an email.
so I do want to ask this. So kind of the box you're in right now.
Yeah.
You owe 3,000.
Yeah.
You got 2,000.
yes,
Your license right now will take you to the 31st of December.
then I'm on this. I
Right,
mean, I still have Chippy and oil.
right.
but I'm just struggling.
What-
Arguing with family is.
Right. What are the chances you'll be able to find that 1,000 between today?
I.
But some of that's 23.
That's 23, that's next year.
In 23, they're not even willing to give them a tax clearance for us,
They're pre-building for 23.
right?
That's what I'm struggling. I was like,
What, and what are our options if we don't have a tax clearance? Are we allowed to issue?
Well, what is it, the treasurer, right? The new treasurer says he does not want anybody to have a license, issue a license or a permit if they have any outstanding taxes, regardless if it's the property where they're conducting business or a different property.
Okay, but here's the thing. 6,000's owed, including 23. So there's the arrears part, that's 3.
yes.
There's the part that's gonna be coming due, that's the other 3.
2, I think it's 5.
Five or
It's
6.
3,000 a year. There's 400 in fees from OM 2022.
Right,
And then 23 is two 700 PR payments.
right,
So
But-
every quarter is 2 $700.
right.
I mean, 4 months off, so nothing, struggling to pay anything and everything, just.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the first thing is we do have another meeting. So we can give you till the 21st, we're thinking, or whatever the next meeting is. To keep working with the city government as I think we'll be doing, reaching out to some folks. To try to find an answer for you by the end of the
It
year.
just makes no sense, you're pre-building, you're not letting me do business next year.
I'm with you.
And yes, it's a parking lot, it's all this parking lot, it's a hill, you know, like, been there 20 years.
When January comes, what is the text that are saying?
So this is, okay, so this is where it all boils down. He has to pay 2023 because this license is for 2023.
Right,
So we're renewing for 2023. So since he owes 2023 and this license is for 2023, that's probably why the clearance is not, they don't want to give the clearance. This license is for 2023 and he's gonna owe 2023.
When is the due date for the license of 2023?
When is the due date? December 31st. Like when the,
3 weeks is.
Yeah.
Opposites.
I'd like to approve this, to send a message to the tax collector that they need to work with people.
Yeah.
Or we're just gonna approve things, screwing it.
Here's
So
the-
that's what I'd like to do.
Like, I just want to throw, what we talked about yesterday too, there is a difference between renewing and issuing.
yeah, but.
But I know he
yeah,
needs the
he needs
license, he needs to physically.
I am willing to make a motion. Just hear me out first.
Make a motion.
Yeah.
I am willing to make a motion that we approve with the stipulation that definitely he will enter into an agreement that by March,
By March.
about our meeting on March,
Yes.
this is what our meeting in March, he'll have to come in here with showing all the payments
Yeah, I.
or an agreement with the city. If not,
I'm out of business in 3 weeks, I can't do nothing, and then I gotta remove everything from there, like I said, like, there's 50 vehicles there, it just makes no sense.
yeah, I don't want to be any part of an outcome like that makes no sense. What you've proposed makes sense as much as I fully ready to join your rebellion right now. I think that's probably the smartest thing to do. So I will second. Jose's motion.
Yeah.
I will second Jose's motion and hopefully this will get you by.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, all 3 commissioners have approved a motion to approve this license
And for-
through our March meeting.
March meeting. So,
So we have a big meeting in the beginning of March.
Yes.
That you either need to attend or provide proof to Alex that you've gone.
I'll get there, but I'm just.
Right.
struggling.
Yeah,
Under water.
yeah, so it's not that you have to have all your taxes paid, you just have to be in an agreement. With the tax department that they've made an arrangement with you.
Like I said, I was paying now 60% of 2022, like pre-billing 23, I know it's 23 license, but that doesn't mean I'm in business in 23.
Right.
So I was like, it's not, I don't do a lot of business there.
that's how we do it, the obligations.
It's a storage lot, and then we just said, so 10 plus meetings a year.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just stressed at home, I mean, you're family, father dying, it was.
And please accept my condolences.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I agree with the state today. I came back 2 years ago.
Sorry. There we go. We're willing to work with you.
Absolutely.
Yes, we're willing to work with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
So we're good. So you have your license good till our March meeting.
Yes.
First week of March.
First week of March.
I mean, I'm sure they got up there, I'm just.
Yeah.
Struggling and
Yeah.
And if you pay before March, they'll bring me the paper.
Yeah, let us know right
And then
away.
I'll just issue you a new license for the whole year.
Yeah, no problem. I said, if I get a chunk of money, if I get something for $2,000, I'll put $1,000, drop $1,000, you know, I'm trying
Got
to chip away at it. I'm just struggling.
You got it.
And all, you don't necessarily have to come to the March meeting, you just have to have, you just have to have it, either the agreement or have it fully paid. That's all. Okay, I just wanna make sure, I don't want you to have to come in again,
No.
so it's clear.
Okay.
I like to say things 2 or 3 times. Cause I don't hear it the first time typically.
Okay.
We got all that.
Thank you for coming in.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Have a
Take care.
good night.
18.
TMC Inc., our next item is for TMC Inc. 108 Suffolk Street, this is the class 2 and repair.
Yep, so Shams,
Yes.
Shams is here, he's the owner of the shop. All the paperwork is in, the only thing, the Flex Squad, which is the new enforcement team, recently visited his shop. It was a big mess. His employees got into an argument with the city employees, they didn't want to listen. So if you guys can just make it clear that he has to keep his lot clean at all time and keep the number of cars there, not over.
That's big. And 108 Suffolk, where's that?
The corner of, it's the corner of Elm. Elm. Yes,
Okay.
Mhm,
Yeah.
that corner lot right there,
Okay, it's the open lot?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Is it clean right now or no?
I don't know,
Yes, we try, and the talk for me, and the talent, please go and we check it, to the exactly right number of it, is it less than we got it? 30 cars we can put over there, is it less than that?
yeah, because
Six
it's whatever
for
your
the
license,
laser, 24 for the cell.
Yeah.
Is it less than that, the car is over there, because you cannot find the car.
okay,
And the car not is enough.
okay,
I think it's the same, but I try and they fix it.
Yeah.
You put it and they paint it, clean it,
right.
wash it and try doing it.
Okay, I will follow up with the.
So we need confirmation from the Flex Squad.
That
that's
is
all been
cleaned
done.
up, yep,
Okay, so
Okay.
should we put a time, should we also put a time?
And
on
not
this?
only that, but we want to make clear that the Flex Squad is the new thing in town, and they're gonna go and they're gonna keep checking throughout the whole year, so that's gotta be maintained.
That's what I wanted to mention. That's new from our current mayor, and it's part of cleaning up the city. So you're gonna,
We try it.
okay,
Try it.
Yeah. And let me ask, does anybody know, like, what were the main issues that, so the car number is like an easy one.
yeah,
It's
and
on your license, you do it or you haven't. But what else was going on?
graffiti in the building, and there was a lot of trash, like there's tires, there's motors, and none of that stuff is supposed to be out.
That's right,
That's
yeah.
supposed to be stored.
And
Yeah.
This folder, we got this folder over there in the middle, I think, because all the trash must go over there and then they come. Sometimes they don't come and then they have maybe 2 to 5 of them again. But I promise to you, I clean it and everything's good.
Okay, so I'll follow up to make sure that the lot is how the
Okay.
Flex Squad wants it,
Okay.
and then there's no problem.
should we approve this? Hear me out, because if the Flex Squad came back and said, no, he's not gonna have a license in January.
Yeah.
So should we approve should we approve?
Continuously that the squad had mentioned back to us by the next meeting that things are in order.
By our next January meeting or December?
I mean, do you feel like things are good now? If they went today, they'd be happy?
You really feel this?
December is better.
Okay.
For the future, 1 month, 2 months, you must be giving.
Yeah, they do they do inspections every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So like the first one was like, they didn't give him a ticket. It was just like, they just informed them of what he needed to fix. If they go back, they're gonna start giving him tickets.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So it's
I
every 2
heard from
weeks.
some of the business in the area already, and this is creating an effect because people are working on.
Oh, no, yeah,
The
it's,
feedback is coming back to me to some of these businesses that they've been cleaning things up. So
Yep.
it sounds like it's working.
it is.
Yeah, we want this actually.
So
So what do you want to do?
Should we do like a 1 or 2 month approval with, if the report comes back from the Flex Squad that it's good, then he gets the full annual?
Yes.
I just want to give you some time in case it isn't perfect.
because otherwise January will come and you won't have a license.
Yes.
So what we want to do is, we want to approve your license for 2 months, because you're saying it's good, so
Yes.
less is better. So we'll approve your license through the end of February. But if we get an okay from the Flex Squad, Alex will issue you your license for the full year.
Okay, that's good.
How does that?
That's.
So that's my motion.
Yeah.
Second.
I said that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present had voted in favor of this approval with contingencies leading to a full year approval.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're
This,
welcome.
this is showing that the pressure that is being applied is beginning to.
It's
work,
having an
so,
impact.
Okay.
This is a good thing.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
Okay.
Does someone else want to do the common vic section and I'll do the,
We haven't 19 yet, though.
19.
oh, what did I think? Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at the next section. I'm like, oh my God.
You got 19.
I'll do the reading if you want.
For that, thank you. Ishmael D. Ramos doing business as Illusion Auto Sales, 64 Clement Street, Class 2 and repair.
So this is another Flex Squad issue,
That's Clemente Street.
Clemente
Okay.
64.
Clemente with it, yeah, it
You
says.
mean-
It still have an E on
Clemente, Picture
It's
where.
in an E. And I was like, where's that street?
Okay.
We're good. We got it.
Another Flex Squad issue, he is storing a lot of tires on the lot, he needs to remove them. I haven't heard back from, this happened like 2 weeks ago, so I don't know if the Flex Squad will be able to go re-inspect. Well, yeah,
So table.
Table
Wait,
for the
you're
next
not-
meeting,
you're not here for that.
it's not,
Are you him?
no, he's
Oh.
here for a common bid.
And then we're gonna find out. We're gonna do you next. We're
Okay.
gonna.
We'll move you up, yeah.
Next. Okay.
Thank you for your
tranquilo,
patience.
tranquilo.
So I want to motion to table this till our next meeting.
Second,
Yeah, and I guess call up, figure it out, hey, you gotta do our next meeting to
And
pick this up here.
tires are a thorny problem for these guys.
To get rid, because it's priced
It's
to get rid.
expensive to get rid of them, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, motion, okay, so.
Move
second
to
that?
table. Oh, yes.
so you guys want me to invite Mr. Ishmael?
Oh, yes,
To
please.
let him know?
Yes.
So we have motion to table, second that? All
Oh,
those in favor?
aye.
Aye, so moved, so that would be motion to next meeting. And, oh, just, what is this gentleman, what is he here for? I'll make a motion to move it up.
¿Cómo se
¿Cuál es la
llama?
compañía?
El negro.
La isla.
Yeah, so it's the old one there.
Okay,
It's a Vic?
¿Cómo se llama?
La isla, pero I don't see,
La isla.
I don't see that here.
Yeah, cause he was a late file, so if we can put it under late file. They're not open yet, he submitted his applications earlier, but he's the new Fernandez.
Oh, there's a new Fernandez spot, okay, got you, okay.
So he still don't have the board of health permit or.
Still working on all that,
Yeah, so, yeah,
okay.
it will be contingent. Esta licencia tú la quieres para 2023, right? Porque tú no vas a abrir este año. Tú tienes tu permiso de board of health.
¿Sabes si tienes la licencia para este año aquí? Va a tener que aplicar ya para el año que viene también. Son dobles lo que tienes que pagar. And just reminding him that if you will apply for now, you're paying this year, but then you need to renew right there too.
yeah.
So I gotta pay. Yeah, he's trying to open before Christmas.
Pero yo
Sí,
sé que cuando
like some-
así el proceso toda la misma vez, porque esto es solamente una parte de tu abril. Lo más importante es Board of Health. Ellos son los que receptivo, ¿no? No. Yo te dije que
Because he said he went to
estaba
the
fuera del
Board of
proceso,
Health
no.
tour that he's supposed to have this first.
Board of Health is not gonna tell him that, because Board of Health is the
So-
most important step in opening up a restaurant.
Right, because even the Dunkin' Donuts store was open without having a common, remember?
Yes.
Dunkin' Donuts was running their business and they didn't even have their common vic license.
Yeah.
So, I think we should give it.
Oh, no, I don't disagree. I just need him to understand that just because he
Yeah.
got this approval doesn't mean he's okay to open.
Yeah, you
Because
can't,
Board
yeah.
of Health needs to do their
Aunque
inspection.
se te apruebe aquí la licencia, no puedes abrir todavía hasta que no pase por El departamento de salud, exactamente.
He doesn't have a fire.
Is that doable?
Yeah, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to open this.
Right, but I'm saying,
We're gonna run contingency.
but only charging for 2023. I don't think that, I don't think I'm for 2022.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm with that.
I know what-
Yeah, yeah.
And even if you open now, you only got 3 weeks into the
Right.
new year, so. I'm with you.
I like that.
I'm with that.
So I want to make a motion that we issue this, obviously contingent upon all the approvals. But it's for 2022 and 2023, and we only charge him the 2023 price.
Okay.
Or we're just issuing him his 2023 license, which is good from now to the end of 2023.
Correct.
That's because it's 3 weeks. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
So
I second.
En vez de
Saving money off.
en vez
Saving
de
money.
darte una licencia para este año y el 2023 te van a cobrar solamente 25 pesos porque solamente queda 3 semanas de este año. So ellos te van a hacer más que pagar un pagaré solamente. ¿Ok? All right.
Yeah. So I've seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
So moved. All 3 commissioners present have voted in favor of this invite. Good luck with your business.
Yes, yes.
Vaya, yo soy
De nada.
para que pregunte esa mujer, okay? I wanna go in that Dominican food. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you. Made it worth the wait.
Yep, there's one more person on, they're on
Oh, yes,
Zoom, but we
yeah.
need to wait for Alex at least, because
Okay.
I don't know exactly.
And it's the son of Common Vic.
No, this is the Boogaloo Ballroom's liquor license renewal. Let me try to find the
Is it
number.
an entertainment or something? We're gonna ask.
I think it's a DBA Bogalas, so I think it's like 2.
It's their names.
Is it 16?
Yep. 16.
Okay.
And so when Alex comes back, we take that out of order.
I think that would be a nice courtesy.
I agree. Thank you for pointing that out.
So Emily, if you're there, I don't know if you heard, we'll be taking you up momentarily.
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
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 That's Emily, right?
So do we
Yes.
Yes.
motion and then when else? Okay, so I want to make a motion to go out of order and take from the 2023 alcohol license renewal on premise to take out of order next Emily Ortiz and Melissa Caratini of doing business at Boogaloo Ballroom, 120 High Street.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, so we're gonna take that out of order. We just have to wait for.
Yeah,
Alex to get back.
Alex just stepped out, so just give us a second.
It's fine.
Boy, I haven't had dinner yet.
Same.
I haven't eaten all day.
Oh, yeah, I got the wife waiting at the house because we were gonna go out eat something after this is.
Hey, I've got an email here from Jerry Shanahan that he's not able to get into the meeting because of the number. Alex, can I give you an email address to send somebody a link who's not getting through? It's Jerry Shanahan. I assume this is the liquor store up by the Kmart, and it's Holy Liquor, HOLYLIQUOR at yahoo.com.
Okay.
Oh, Alex, real quick, what's the issue with Boogaloo Ballroom? We're gonna go out of order.
So Emily doesn't own the building. She rents it, she leases. So, the owner of the building emailed me today a receipt that he pays his taxes. I guess it's not showing up at the tax collector's office, so it's still showing that he owes. But they told Emily today that it takes, basically tomorrow it's gonna show up. So I
It
just
takes a
told.
couple of days to.
I emailed the tax collector today, it still shows that the property owes taxes. So I said I will follow up tomorrow, make sure it's clear, because I do have, he did send me the receipt stating he paid. I just need to verify that with the tax collector that it went through.
And when I called this morning, well, before, when I left work, and Vadim sent me like the receipt with the reference number and everything. So the girl told me, she said, yeah, he paid at 10:29 a.m. So there's no way that it's gonna show in the system, but he sent me and Alex the receipt. So he made the payment. So that's why, we have the reference number and everything. And I call to make sure, if they paid or not. And she said, there's no way that we'll see it, but he's there. The payment is there, so it's not showing.
That's the only thing with both of them.
So approving contingent about confirmation of tax payment.
Second, if that was a motion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll make a motion, whether we approve this contingent of proof of tax payment.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three licensed commissioners present have voted in favor
okay.
of this 2023 alcohol license renewal on premise. Is that Emily in the, so Emily, you're good. You just, you're gonna.
Yes.
Alex is just gonna need confirmation that she's gonna have to get the confirmation that the taxes were paid, and until then, you wouldn't be issued the license.
Okay, and I have a question because, I have been at the meeting, listening to everything. And now with this new tax thing, that they're asking, I'm not the owner, of the property, so I called with him and he made the payment. But then I think I heard something about like they're asking for the 2023 taxes too. When at the beginning of the year I'm a little bit concerned because I know what he made the taxes, he made a payment for the taxes. But then how about if he hasn't paid the 2023 one yet?
Well,
What's gonna happen?
we'll cross that when we get there.
yeah, we don't fully understand that issue ourselves.
Yeah, that's why I was concerned, because, I'm not the owner, but if Alex I submitted all the paperwork on time because I'm traveling, so I wanted to make sure that everything was all set, like a month and a half ago. And then I heard that this with the taxes, so what I did, I immediately called Vadim, he made a payment for 2022, so he's all set for this year. I know, I saw the receipt and the payment, he made the full payment, but then when I called the tax collector, she mentioned something. She said, yeah, no, I'm sorry, this is new for all the business owners. I know it's a little bit confusing. We have people calling every day because of this. And then she mentioned something about the 2023 taxes. And I'm like, it's going to affect the business owners. And I'm talking, for myself and the other business owners too, because I don't get like why they want like to prepay 2023 for this license if the 2022 are paid already.
Yeah, well,
It's affecting us because I'm not if I was the business owner and the building owner, Alex knows and Jack, that I have all my bills, I'll make sure that everything is paid, but how I make my lender to prepay the 2023.
You will have to continue to have the communication with him. But once your license is approved here for the new year, because those taxes have been paid already, you already got the okay. We got the okay already to approve you for the year.
Yes. So that's why
your business itself will not get into trouble again during the year next year, having to become a trouble for him.
right.
So
And
you're fine.
everybody with the license who's there on a lease has the same issue. I mean, you're kind of at the mercy of your landlord to make sure they keep the taxes.
Yeah.
It's just part of the deal.
Just get that communication open
Yeah.
with him, make sure that.
I made sure, I told him, I said, you should pay it because if not, I won't get my license renewal. So that's why I was kind of pressuring him. I say, make sure you pay them before the 7th. But then when I talked to the tax collectors girl, she's like, no, but then the next year and blah, 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 but they have to pay them today. And I'm like, how? That's why I was a little bit confused with that. Just,
You're good for now.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's all I want to know, because I'm traveling and Alex, I was trying to get everything ready before I leave.
You bet.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, Emily.
So we're gonna
Thank
move
you.
back to
Let's roll.
Come Vic, let's see.
the, I promise Anthony, I do the reading here.
Come Vic, thank
That's
you.
before I looked and realized it was 72.
Well, I'll do the second.
No, I
Just this one, I
I'm
do agree.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm good. Is there anything on common bit? Should I just be reading through the whole thing?
You can read 128.
I'll do that right now.
Oh, my God.
You ready?
Oh, my God.
Okay, so the following common particular renewals are for consideration. Global Montello Group Corp. doing business as Allentown, Holyoke, 225 Whiting Farms Road. Bansell Group Inc. doing business as Sbarro Restaurant, 50 Holyoke Street. G&P Inc. doing business as Pretzel Maker, 50 Holyoke Street. Gomez Enterprise DBA McDonald's, 285 Maple Street, Gomez Enterprise DBA McDonald's, 233 Whiting Farms Road, Gomez Enterprise DBA McDonald's, 2194 Northampton Street, Gomez Enterprise DBA McDonald's, 50 Holyoke Street. BE Donuts, Inc., doing business as Dunkin' Donuts, 1600 Northampton Street. Fletcher Donuts, doing business as Dunkin' Donuts, 330 Main Street. LJP DBA Dunkin' Donuts, 473 Pleasant Street. LPJ, did I read that right the first time?
Yes. you
Yeah.
did.
Yes.
LPJ Donuts, DBA Dunkin' Donuts, 225 Whiting Farms Drive. Fat Tomatoes, 510 Westfield Road. 20089 Inc., doing business as Max Orient, 50 Holyoke Street. 2017 Holyoke Mall MA Inc., doing business as Cajun Cafe and Grill, 50 Holyoke Street. Kevin Zane, doing business as Fruity Bubble, 50 Holyoke Street. World's Famous Hot Dogs Inc., doing business as Nick's Nest, 1597 Northampton Street. Cajun Ladies Inc., doing business as Springdale Cajun Diner, 827 Main Street. Hibarito Sports Club, 254 Maple Street. Fiesta Cafe, 305 Main Street. Hamels Catering Inc., doing business as Hamels Catering, 555 Northampton Street. Tayano Restaurant Bakery, 548 South Street. WPR 13 Inc., doing business as Clover Pub, 104 High Street. GCA LLC, doing business as Gateway City Arts, 92 through 114 Race Street. D Hotel Suites and Hotel. No, I'm sorry, D Hotel and Suites Hotel, 1 Country Club Road. Delaney Restaurant Inc., doing business as Delaney House, 1 Country Club Road. Log Cabin Banquet and Meeting, 500 East Hampton Street. Holyoke Knights of Columbus, 250 Westfield Road. And 99 Restaurants of Boston, LLC, DBA 99 Restaurant and Pub, 50 Holyoke Street. And for the purpose of disclosure, I have formerly had as clients WPR Inc. And was there somebody else there? Nope, that's good. Did I disclose about Oscar Reyes earlier?
Yeah, you
Okay,
did, yeah.
good. Yeah, so in that group, it was just the one I just named.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second that, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, all three licensed board commissioners present have voted in favor of approving the just read common vic licenses.
What's the next block?
Can we take 29 just separate and
Sure.
then we can take the rest of it on?
Okay,
CWBB, and I'll let you get back. CWBB Assets Inc., doing business as White Cup Country Club, 233 East Hampton Street. Okay.
What we got?
Outstanding taxes.
move to table.
And for the most part.
For the
that's-
next meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In 2 weeks.
Second that?
Yeah.
I second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three licensed board commissioners present have voted to table this
Okay.
business. Okay.
and here we go. OM Holyoke Gas LLC, DBA, A&A Gas Express, 820 High Street. Holyoke Deli Supermarket, doing business as Manny's Market, 157 Sergeant Street. Paper City American Legion Post, 325, 22 Sycamore Street. 110 Grill HM Holyoke LLC, DBA 110 Grill, 50 Holyoke Street. Dam Cafe, 2014 Northampton Street. Rain Dog LLC, doing business as Pickles Pub and Pizzeria, 910 Hamden Street. Emily Ortiz and Melissa Caratini, doing business as Boogaloo Bar Room, 120 High Street. Fiore's Pizza and Restaurant Inc., doing business as Capri Pizza, 10 through 20 Cabot Street. Holyoke Turnverine, 624 South Bridge Street. Geyser Inc., doing business as JP's Restaurant, 200 Whiting Farms Road. Round One Entertainment Inc., doing business as Round One Bowling and Amusement, 50 Holyoke Street. Open Square LLC, doing business at, or no, not doing, 1 Open Square Way, sorry. Bianca Inc., doing business as Amadeo's Restaurant, 8 North Bridge Street. The Unicorn Inc. LLC, doing business as the Unicorn Inn. Did I say, I'm going to repeat that. The Unicorn Inn LLC, doing business as the Unicorn Inn, 126 High Street. ATP Inc., doing business as Ivory Billiards, 151 Chestnut Street. Hamden Tap Inc., 874 Hamden Street. Griffin's Inc., doing business as Griffin's Cafe, 329 Hamden Street. Kaye Bar LLC, DBA Kaye Bar, 273 Main Street. Juan Uribe, doing business as El Paraíso Colombino. Sorry.
Colombiano.
It's 351 High Street. Polish National
Gotta fix that.
Alliance Group,
Colombiano.
5. Yeah, it's an error. It's a typo. Polish National Alliance Group, 525 DBA Pilsudski Park, 200 Country Road. Ying's Bamboo LLC, doing business as Bamboo House, 2223 Northampton Street. City Sports Bar and Lounge, 352 High Street. Fitzgerald Inc. of Holyoke, doing business as Fitzgerald's Pizza and More, 224 Westfield Road. Obi Knox Lodge, number 1568, 18 Spring Street. 264 through 268 Race Street LLC, DBA Echo Lounge, 268 Race Street. Brian Baru Inc., doing business as The Joint, 37 Commercial Street. 4 Lyman LLC, doing business as Francie's Tavern, 108 Maple Street. Well Justice Lounge, DBA Membo Cafe, 497 High Street. Singh Corporation, doing business as Auntie's Market, 539 Pleasant Street. DePauli Corporation, doing business as BJ's Liquors, 54 North Canal Street. Homestead Grocery Mart, doing business as Circle K, 625 Homestead Avenue. LPS Inc., doing business as Dylan's Package Store, 589 High Street. Holyoke Liquor Mart, doing business as Holyoke Liquor Mart, 2217 Northampton Street. Sarabson's Inc., doing business as Stop and Go, 915 Main Street. Tony Grocery Store, 416 Main Street. Want to ask a question before I turn the page? I can picture a Circle K on Appleton Street, but I can't picture one on Homestead Avenue. Are we sure that's correct?
That's what the side, I can double check.
Okay. There's like a D-Mart or something on Homestead Avenue I can picture, but
Yeah.
I can't picture a Circle K.
Address on the thing.
625 is the plaza. Whatever.
What's, which one?
625 Homestead.
Oh, so is that next to Dino's? Actually, is that a Circle K now?
Oh, the Marta's.
Oh, okay, then fine, it's fine, okay. All right.
I'm gonna do that for me.
No, it's good, it's good. It used to be a different chain, that's all.
They used to be Twin Stop,
Yeah, now.
but now it's a Circle K.
That's fine, okay. So Damavero LLC, doing business as Fame Lounge, 386 Dwight Street. 4 Lyman LLC, doing business as Francie's Tavern, 108 Maple Street. They have 2. I kind of remember saying Francis before.
No, it's the first one, Mr. Francis. Oh, it is, no, 56.
They only get one, right?
For Lyman, no, that's for Lyman.
Okay, so scratch them.
Yeah, you get only one, it's twice.
Yeah.
So-
Well, wait a minute, the 108 Maple Street, what is that? They're on Lyman. No, they're on Maple Street. They're not on Lyman.
Yeah, they're on.
Listen,
This
I'm
is
already confused.
Right?
And this was a long.
It's a long list.
I apologize.
And I just want to make sure our votes.
So just get rid of
100%.
66.
100%, yeah,
I have some ideas for next week with
Yeah.
Excel, that we're gonna make this easier.
Yep.
I got some ideas.
okay. 67 Holyoke Lodge of Elks, 902, number 902 at 250 Whitney Avenue. Pizza the Action, 232 Lyman Street. JD Wall Inc., doing business as Dino's Pizza, 615 Homestead Avenue. Holyoke Lodging Associates LLC, doing business as Homewood Suites, 375 Whitney Avenue. PJ Brennan Corp., doing business as Brennan's Place, 173 High Street, and Red Robin Gourmet Burgers at 27 Holyoke Street.
Make a motion to approve.
Second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All 3 commissioners present have voted in favor of these common vic licenses. Okay, thank you, Michael.
you are
Nice
welcome.
favor. Do you want to read or you want me to go on?
We're gonna
We're on the automatic, the automatic.
We're gonna read the 2023 automatic amusement device renewals. Ada Markets Corporation, DBA, Appleton Market, 435 Appleton Street. 3 video games, no, I'm not gonna say that portion. WPR, 13 Inc., DBA Clover Pub, 104 High Street. Holyoke Knight of Columbus, 250 Westfield Road. Paper City, American Legion Post, 325-22 Sycamore Street. Holyoke Turn Varen, 624 South Bridge Street. Round One Entertainment Inc., DBA, Round One Bowling and Amusement at 50 Holyoke Street. The Unicorn Inn LLC, DBA Unicorn Inc., 126 High Street. ATP Inc., DBA Ivory Villar, 151 Chestnut Street. Griffin Inc., DBA Griffin Cafe, 324 Hamden Street. City Sport Bar Lounge at 352 High Street. 264-268 Ray Street LLC, DBA Echo Lounge, 264 Ray Street. 4 Lyman LLC, DBA Francis Tavern at 108 Maple Street. Karaoke Social Club at 56 Adams Street. Holyoke Lodge of Elk at 902-250 Within Farm Avenue. And PJ Brennan Corporation at TBA Brennan's Place at 173 High Street. No issues on any of them?
Move to approve.
Second that?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor of these automatic amusement device renewals. Thank you. Okay. Now we're on to 2023 entertainment. Do them all together?
Yeah,
Okay.
because, because we have to do renewals, whatever issues, I'm gonna bring them up during the alcohol renewal portion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're not repeating ourselves and we can just take them in a group and keep it
Good.
flowing.
That's good.
We got WPR 13 Inc. doing business as the Clover Pub, 104 High Street, Polish National Alliance Group, 525, doing business as Pilsudski Park, 200 Country Road. Is that GCA?
Yeah.
LLC doing business Gateway City Arts. Just because there's those smudges, so that's why. You must see, they must be on yours too. 92 to 114th Street. I'm sorry, I just laughing. I was thinking about the
Yeah,
smudges,
number
like
three
how they
again.
all got on the copier.
Read number 3 again.
GCA LLC doing business Gateway City Arts, 92 to 114 Ray Street. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Delaney Restaurant Inc. doing business as Delaney House, One Country Club Road, The Log Cabin Banquet and Meeting at 500 East Hampton Street. 99 Restaurants of Boston LLC doing business as 99 Restaurant and Pub, 50 Holyoke Street. Holyoke Knights of Columbus, 250 Westfield Road. CWBB Assets Inc. doing business as Wyckoff Country Club, 233 East Hampton Street. Paper City American Legion Post 325 at 22 Sycamore Street. Rain Dog LLC doing business as Pickles Pub and Pizzeria, 910 Hamden Street. Emily Ortiz and Militza Catatini doing business as Bugala Ballroom, 120 High Street. Holyoke Turn Vereen, 624 South Bridge Street. Geyser Inc. doing business as JP's Restaurant, 200 Whiting Farms Road. Round One Entertainment Inc. doing business as Round One Bowling and Amusement, 50 Holyoke Street. Open Square LLC, 1 Open Square Way. The Unicorn Inn LLC doing business as the Unicorn Inn, 126 High Street. ATP Inc. doing business as Ivory Billards, 151 Chestnut Street. Hamden Tap Inc., 874 Hamden Street. Griffin's Inc. doing business as Griffin's Cafe, 329 Hamden Street. Juan Uribe doing business as El Perecio Colombiano, 351 High Street. Right, because that wasn't spelled right?
Is misspelled. Make sure we fix it, because I don't want to go do the license like that. Okay. I know.
City Sports Bar and Lounge, 352 High Street, 264, 268 Ray Street, LLC doing business as Echo Lounge, 268 Ray Street. Kaye Bar LLC doing business as Kaye Bar, 273 Main Street. La Justice Lounge doing business as Mambo Cafe, 497 High Street. Fiesta Cafe, 305 Main Street. Jivaritos Sports Club, 254 Maple Street. Holyoke Lodge of Elks, number 902 at 250 Whitney Avenue. 110 Grill, HM Holyoke LLC, doing business as 110 Grill, 50 Holyoke Street. PJ Brennan Corp. doing business as Brennan's Place, 173 High Street. Karaoke Social Club at Karaoke, thank you.
That's how she spelled it.
Okay.
That's how she spelled it. Yeah.
Her own way.
Yeah.
That's good.
Karaoke Social Club, right? Was that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Karaoke bar.
Yeah. 56 Adams Street. Okay, that's the end of that list. Okay, so now,
Make a motion to approve
wait, oh, do you have to talk about anything?
the
yet?
license.
Okay,
And alcohol. Make a motion to approve.
second that? All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor of these 2023 entertainment renewals. Okay,
In 2023 license, we know, I think that's what she has on.
so now we're at 2023 alcohol license renewal on premise. What do we do?
If you wanna take one and two together?
Okay, American Restaurant Management doing business as Pizzeria Uno, 50 Holyoke Street, and Holyoke Elks Lodge 902. Number 902 at 250 Whitney Avenue.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor. Now,
Number 3 by itself?
WPR 13 Inc. doing business as the Clover Pub, 104 High Street.
Mr. Regali, who's the owner of that, he owes taxes.
Move to table.
Second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners have voted to table that
You can do now 4 to 9.
for tonight. Okay. GCA LLC doing business Gateway City Arts, 92 to 114 Race Street. Red Robin Gourmet Burgers, 27 Holyoke Street. D Hotel and Suites Hotel, One Country Club Road. Delaney Restaurant Inc. doing business as Delaney House, One Country Club Road. The Log Cabin Banquet and a meeting at 500 East Hampton Street, and Holyoke Knights of Columbus, 250 Westfield Road.
Make a motion to approve.
Second that, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor of those red licenses. Okay, next,
Number 10 by itself?
by itself. Harnell's Catering, 555 Northampton Street. Or Hamels, oh, sorry. Is that Hamels? Hamels, sorry. It's hard, there's like smudges.
Tax issue.
Move to table.
Second that, all those in favor? Aye. So moved, all three commissioners present have voted in favor of tabling.
Up to 15.
So I don't know if you wanna do, 11 through 26, because we spoke about number 13.
Yes.
It's a tax issue, so we.
Same. Well,
Oh, wait, 13.
I mentioned it.
that means we need to be tabled again, right?
Yeah, exactly, needs to be tabled, yeah.
So
Okay,
13 needs to be tabled. So why don't I, should I? Okay, so should I do that one and then? Do I?
We'll just.
Go from 11 and then
Okay,
skip that.
so CWBB Assets Inc. doing business as Wyckoff Country Club, 233 East Hampton Street, and it owes taxes? Okay, so motion to table,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, all three license board commissioners present have voted in favor of that, and now I do 11 to what?
Now, we covered 16 already for everyone.
And I'm gonna skip 16, yes,
So-
11 all the way down. Oh, 25.
okay, 11 to 25, and I'm skipping the two we did already. 99 Restaurants of Boston LLC doing business as 99 Restaurant and Pub, 50 Holyoke Street. 110 Grill, HM Holyoke LLC doing business as 110 Grill, 50 Holyoke Street, skipping 13. We did 13. Paper City American Legion Post 325, 22 Sycamore Street. Rain Dog LLC doing business as Pickles Pub and Pizzeria, 910 Hampden Street. We've done 16. 17, Fiore's Pizza and Restaurant Inc. doing business as Capri Pizza, 110 to 20 Cabot Street. Holyoke Turn Vereen, 624 South Bridge Street. Geyser Inc. doing business as JP Restaurants, 200 Whiting Farms Road. Round One Entertainment Inc. doing business as Round One Bowling and Amusement, 50 Holyoke Street. Open Square LLC, 1 Open Square Way. Bianca Inc. doing business as Amadeus Restaurant, 8th North Bridge Street. The Unicorn Inn LLC doing business as the Unicorn Inn, 126 High Street. ATP Inc. doing business as Ivory Billards, 151 Chestnut Street, and Hamden Tap Inc., 874 Hamden Street.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor. Okay,
Well, 26, huh?
26 by itself?
Yeah.
JD Wall Inc. doing business as Dino's Pizzeria, 6015 Homestead Avenue.
So Dino's have not had inspection by building or fire since 2020.
So,
This was just brought up to my attention this week, 2 days ago.
Are they working with the departments right now?
He's trying, well, he's arguing that he submitted all the paperwork to have the inspection. Building department saying they never received it, so we're, yeah.
So let me give you some insight. We just had a meeting this week with, and I was called into a meeting with the mayor. You guys, you've been busy. What we found out, and you probably might know this, the approval of the building department and the fire department, the COI from the fire department is a Holyoke, doesn't affect us submitting it to the state. So we can approve this, but we won't issue it till they get their stuff done,
okay,
basically. So it does, and so we won't, what's nice about this is we won't have to review this next month, but it'll be on Alex. She'll follow up with the building and with the
Fire.
fire department. And we will approve the license, but it won't be issued.
right,
Gotcha.
Did I sum that up well?
right.
Okay,
So it's basically approved with conditions.
Exactly, it's an approval with conditions. I did reach out to him, made him aware, like, I reach out to everybody, letting them know, like, please do the inspection because your license depends on it.
Right.
So, yeah, we're just
So
working.
that'd be.
well, we'll still send it to the state, because we don't want to cite
Right,
it.
right, exactly. Keep the
Yeah.
ball rolling.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
So move to approve with issuance conditioned on fire and health inspections.
Second that.
Building,
Building, right?
right? It's building.
Yeah,
Build-
building and fire.
Okay, not health.
Okay, and you seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor of this license. Okay, we're at 27.
Yeah, and we need to take that separate.
Okay, Griffin's Inc. doing business as Griffin's Cafe, 329 Hamden Street.
Tax issue.
Table.
Move to table.
So what I can do too, because since now I'm finding out about the 2023, I can see if these are for 2023 and get back to you guys if you want, or if it's not gonna matter, then I won't. But I'm just surprised that all these people, because I've never had a big list like this.
I'm shocked that that's what they're doing with that 2023.
Yeah,
That's
and now
not
that he
It can be
explained
done.
it, I'm just like, well, should I? But
Yeah,
it's
because
to
I
you
don't
guys.
get it. There's a due date 4 times a year.
Yeah.
If that date isn't here yet, what's the
Exactly.
problem?
Exactly.
Right,
I don't have
I was shocked.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
a pretty big.
Because I want to contact some people and I think we might need to pull the mayor out.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah.
So, okay, so there's a motion,
The table Griffins.
Table Griffins,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present have voted in favor of tabling. So 28, Alex.
We can do 28 all the way down to 38, so that's.
Oh, that's a nice amount. Okay. 28. Juan Uribe doing business as El Precio Colombiano, 351 High Street. Ying's. Am I they doing it that bad?
No, you got it good. It's just a mistake.
Because I hear, they're usually laughing at me botching it up.
It's your read.
That's what comes with cutting it.
Oh, Uribe.
A lot, so we hear that name all the time. So
Okay.
It's just funny when it's just.
Ying's Bamboo LLC doing business as Bamboo House, 223 Northampton Street, City Sports Bar and Lounge, 352 High Street, Holyoke Seafood Inc. doing business as Cajun Boiled Seafood, 50 Holyoke Street, Fitzgerald's Inc. of Holyoke doing business as Fitzgerald's Pizza and more, because it's more than pizza, 224 Westfield Road, 264 to 268 Race Street, LLC doing business as Echo Lounge, 268 Race Street. So, okay, is this Brian Bor, it's dark, so.
Brian Baru.
Brian Buru Inc. doing business as the joint. Oh,
Stop there.
skipping, okay, never mind on that one. Now I'm at Kaye, oh, that's Kaye. I thought it said Kaye. Kaye Bar LLC doing business as Kaye Bar. 270 Kaye. Is that right? Kaye. 273 Main Street. 4 Lyman LLC doing business as Francine's Tavern, 108 Maple Street. PJ Brennan Corp. doing business as Brennan's Place, 173 High Street. And La Justice Lounge doing business as Mambo Cafe, 497 High Street. Okay, and we skipped 34. We're gonna get back to. I'm gonna start.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All 3 commissioners present have voted in favor of this. Now we're back to Brian Boru Inc. doing business as The Joint, 37 Commercial Street.
Do you think, Jack?
Okay. I don't know how familiar, like, have you guys been by this place recently?
Yeah, I
So,
drive up the street every once.
So you probably remember a few months back, they came in to change their DBA to The Joint. That's all we thought that it was gonna be called. That's all they put on the application. But once it got approved, a bunch of signs went up. It's The Joint, Holyoke's first 420 friendly bar and patio, and they have signs all over the place advertising about they're claiming that. So they constructed like a patio in like the middle of the parking lot that's fenced off.
That's the inside parking lot, right?
Yes, their parking
No,
lot.
that's what you can see from
Yeah.
outside.
No,
Uh-huh.
so
Okay.
there's a parking lot, there's like a fenced in area. They're claiming because that area isn't covered by the liquor license. That it's private property and they can allow whatever they would like in that
Really?
space. So they even have on their website, feel free to roll up in here and smoke outside. So they're really pushing the envelope. They think that there's social consumption when there is not social consumption approved yet. It's another gray area situation,
Yeah.
but it's one of those where it should just be brought to your attention. I mean, we are licensing him.
Right.
And I think it's worth if there is enough it's just bringing this to your attention essentially.
Yeah, because as soon as they pulled The Joint and they were advertising 420 friendly, our office got multiple calls and other bars were trying to do on-site consumption, and you need a permit to on-site consumption. And it's just this big thing right now that,
Fascinating.
So they're connected to Boston Bud, the
and
dispensary. The owner of Brian Baru is co-owner of Boston Bud, which is right down the street, and Boston Bud's corporate offices are in the Brian Baru building.
but they also just submitted plans to the building department because the top area, which is supposed to be the Boston Bud Corporation, they're gonna have an on-site smoking. So they're gonna basically allow people to smoke cannabis
Yeah.
upstairs, but that's the same building of the bar. So
Yeah, the loophole with the smoke, the only other place in the states that's doing it is Worcester. They're claiming it's gonna be a private club, so members only, and therefore they're allowed to do what they would like in that space. There's a situation in Worcester that happened where they proposed, they're like, we're a social club, we're a membership club, people can come here and play games and stuff. As soon as the city approved it, boom, we're a marijuana club. So.
Yeah, I think this clarification needs to happen about all those things, so, yeah.
I think we approve because we need the process to go through. Hear me out. But we won't issue until all signage is removed. And they actually, and they put in a name.
But the approval portion, why should we approve something that, I'm having an issue with that whole
yeah,
thing.
we can just table it for the next meeting and I can send them an invitation because I think. it's
Yeah.
more-
Yeah, and by the way, there's some First Amendment issues around controlling signage. Because they can speak freely about using marijuana.
Yeah, but you're only allowed so many, in Holyoke City ordinance, you're only allowed so many square footage of sign on your property.
And so there, if they are, but are you telling me they're in violation of our building department's signage?
Very well
regulations?
could be.
Okay, but you gotta tell me they are. I mean, see my point? So, because otherwise it's First Amendment.
Saying, no, because if it's against the law to smoke marijuana
I'm sorry,
on site, they can't have signage saying it's okay.
The eye is the shape of a joint.
yeah.
Oh, no, I get where you're going, but then here's where it's acuteness,
But when
right?
we-
They're saying.
I think you
You
have
can
more
sit in the parking
authority,
lot.
you
You
have
can
more
smoke
authority
joints in
than
the
you're,
parking lot all you want.
you have more authority than you're giving yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when.
Okay,
you guys-
okay, tell me more. Yeah.
A name change,
Mhm.
I want all signage taken down. And I want them to come in multiple, like quarterly meetings to let us know that there's nothing happening.
And when you guys approved the DBA, Jack made sure that there was like, okay.
It was
it's-
just gonna say the joint, and they
That's
didn't do
it,
that.
and as soon as the DBA got approved, then we see this big sign that is like
Multiple-
advertising.
multiple
420 friendly.
signs.
Yeah, that's what you guys
meant the joint, I thought it meant. the
Like a joint, yeah, I go, you're like, what kind of joint are we running here?
That's the pun.
Yeah.
So he never said that he
Yeah.
was gonna advertise for it.
There-
And he made sure to ask.
He did indicate if it was an issue, he would consider removing it. It's just no one has formally complained yet, because again, no one knows
Okay,
what to
so
do.
let's complain now. We were told
Yeah.
one thing, we got another, that's worthy of a.
So you have a right to say, we don't want to see 420 friendly, any of that. You can call yourself the joint
Yeah.
all you want. But,
You-
and you can, whatever your internal
Well-
policies are,
I actually still wanna see the name change.
So,
See a name
and that is a discussion. So there's a couple things.
don't
I'm
know if you
looking
can
at
do
this
that.
email from Attorney Bissonette saying that social consumption of right now, no social consumption of cannabis is allowed anywhere.
they're claiming private property.
And that's the thing. But if and I don't, but if I wanted to walk down High Street smoking a joint, law enforcement couldn't do a thing to me today, right?
No, they could. You can't smoke on public property.
You can't smoke in public property?
No,
Good to hear.
it's the same as alcohol. You can't just walk down the street and drink a beer.
So as long as that's the case, there's so much of it going on, I've assumed it's legal.
No. It's just, no, it's just not enforced. Yeah.
Right.
It's
I don't smell it, not me.
I'm
Do you
too
smell it from other people's cars?
used to it.
That's my.
Some days going into the Hood District Court's like going to a hookah lounge. I mean,
Oh, they smoke in front of the city hall.
Yeah.
They sit on the steps and smoke, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's people
"What's
that-
wrong with you?"
right, and for that reason, I've started to get so acclimated to it, I'm thinking it's okay.
No,
It's illegal.
yes.
We do not brook people using their licensed properties for illegal purposes, period, end of story. We do have more authority. I think we do have to be cautious about how much we are
Yeah,
gagging people's free expression of what
No,
they're in favor of.
like, I think they should
It's a
be able to be
caution.
called the joint, but
But other than that, yeah, having a liquor license is a privilege, and if you're gonna abuse the privilege, and if you're gonna abuse our staff by telling them one thing and then turning right around to doing another, let's get them in here and ask them a lot of questions.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'd like to see what the law enforcement, what does HPD think about this?
unfortunately, they say they have bigger fish to fry.
And they don't have, I mean, we don't have anybody there with a point of view about what they'd like
I mean,
to
I could,
see
I
in
could
terms
reach
of
out.
law enforcement.
They
Might be worth
they
doing.
see a lot of the things, they don't do anything, they're driving by, that's the issue, I mean.
Yeah.
There's been discussions about that,
Because they used to allow smoking. They never advertised it. It was just known that you could, they didn't like, they have a little, so they built this separate patio, but then they also have a little deck that like leads into it. And it was always a open smoking policy
Yeah, they're
there.
smoking inside.
They are now.
Yeah, they're smoking inside.
Just you
Literally, somebody called me today.
It's not like they need to be smoking.
Right, right.
Facts,
Right.
facts.
No, and it's just a bad, like, even if you're claiming private property, it's like the whole idea of you're having someone consuming alcohol at a bar and then promoting that
safe.
they go outside and combine, like,
Yeah. It's
and it's not
It's
it's not a good look.
No, it's not a good look. So, yeah,
Wow.
so we want to table them and call them
So
in.
we're gonna invite them in for next meeting.
I'll send them a letter.
Okay, I second that motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, all three commissioners present have voted in favor of tabling this to our next meeting for the joint. Let's see where I am now.
39.
39
We
now.
can do that.
And how many,
All the way,
Um, So if
39 is
anything,
the
you can
small.
just do 40 and 41 together, and 43, but the rest are separate.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so
40
39,
and 43.
so say 39 and 33 together?
No, 40, 41, and 43 you can do right now.
Together, yeah. Or if you want to just do 39 separate right now.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do 30?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Let's
just,
just do it.
you know,
yeah, yeah.
oh, slides, number 1568, 18 Spring Street.
OB Knox owes multiple years worth of taxes. They also do not have current C of I, which is a certificate of inspection by building and fire. They've had their inspections, the place is not safe.
But
So-
they're also not open.
Yeah, okay, right, so they know they're not allowed to open because they failed inspection, but again, it's just something for you guys to be aware. Cause I don't know if they're gonna open or not, but they know they can't until everything's up to par.
Yeah.
So are they a social club license?
No, well, it's a club. They're Obinox is like a fraternal
Yeah,
lodge.
right.
Those, oh, real quick, I was just gonna say, they're in the process, they're trying to apply for like ARPA funding to help to raise the funds to get the place up to where it should be. This is just kind of a situation again where we'll renew, but we obviously don't issue because we just want to we don't want the license to disappear. It's
Right.
just keeping it active.
Right.
And they fully understand.
Because of the nature of
Yeah,
the.
and they
in-
fully
of the place.
understand that.
Yeah, and they use that place more, Jackson Lawrence,
No,
Lawrence Jackson.
Lawrence Jackson.
He's like real active in like the community with
Coaches.
sports, so a lot of like the banquets, and it's mostly used for the kids' banquets, to be honest. They haven't used it, but that's what he would use it for when it was open.
There's a big fire department hangout too, because he was a former.
yeah.
fire,
Yeah.
person on the fire.
Mhm.
But that's several years back now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it really hasn't been open, but
So wait, so should we
They are aware,
you want us to?
Just table on motion.
yeah,
exactly.
that's an approved
Yeah.
but not.
Move to approve but not issue. Pending resolution of multiple
All
issues.
these things, yeah.
Second that, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, all three license board commissioners have voted in favor of, motion to approve, but not issue. So now I'm gonna go 4041,
Yes,
Polish National Alliance Group, 525, doing business as Pilsudski Park, 200 Country Road, and Tino Restaurant and Bakery, 548 South. Do you have a bakery that has a liquor house?
they only have wine and malt. And it's not really a bakery, it's a
more
restaurant.
Used to
but-
be a pizza place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are these good?
Him,
Everything in?
everything's in
Okay,
there, he's great.
Move to approve.
Yeah, they're good.
Taino,
Taino just got the elderly care
So what's
contract.
that other care? I know, I'm so
Now they're
happy for
serving
him.
food to all the elderlies.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gonna do by building now.
Well, Fernandez,
They're taking over for Fernandez and all that.
is so good.
Good, I mean, they're good.
They're really good
Food is so
people, really good to work with. I have no issues.
And their food is good.
They're amazing.
Move to approve.
Yeah, I'm set, I was waiting, I know, second, I'll second that, all those in favor?
Aye.
So move, so now 42, 43, one,
42 you can do by itself.
Pizza the Action, 232 Lyman Street, it's taxes to be selling.
He owes me certificate of good standing. So the only reason why I'm making it a big deal is because last year he didn't submit his paperwork. He kind of like said, yeah. And I was like, it's okay, just bring it to me before December 31st and you'll be fine. But he just completely ignored me
To this day.
to this day.
So you haven't issued it either? You didn't
The-
issue this year's license?
No, he got a license this year because again, last year was my first renewal, so there was a lot of things that I didn't know and stuff. So it was just like more like working with the people, but this year, I know now.
Second time,
You're a
Yeah.
sticky now.
Yeah, I'm trying to like really be up to par.
both of our second time around.
Yep, so yeah, certificate of good standing, and I guess he's selling his business, like he's in the process of selling the business, I heard.
Yes,
I was talking to him a couple of days ago.
because he didn't want to renew the license.
At all.
Knowing that he was gonna sell, but then when we explained to him if he didn't, it would
transfer.
disappear.
Yeah.
Right, and you need the certificate of good, like the seller needs
Yeah.
the certificate of good standing.
In order to transfer it.
Yeah, but
So would you prefer that we table or that we set conditions?
I would say table.
we could table it in a.
Move to table.
Should we?
Are we just gonna end up setting conditions, because we're gonna have to push it through? Next, in 2 weeks, he's
Yeah,
not
but he-
coming in.
Yeah, but in 2 weeks, he can, I mean, getting a certificate of good standing is not heavy lifting.
Unless you owe taxes.
Yeah.
And that's the
so,
problem.
Or haven't been paying your
multiple
state
years.
stuff.
That might,
He can't.
But if we approve it just so it gets sent to the state, but not issued,
okay,
that's what I would rather do. But,
because you don't see him coming in and it's like he's in his last
and
days.
isn't that
Okay.
easier for you if we approve but not issue, because then we're gonna have to,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
it'll still be on the agenda next month.
Why would it be on the agenda
Why if we.
if you're gonna
That's it.
approve
I mean,
it?
that's, if we table, it'll be on the agenda. If we don't, it's not.
It's not gonna be on the
Yeah.
agenda.
Do you want him to come in or not?
I'm just surprised that whole thing.
You know,
I was at the restaurant the other day, we were chatting about it, he didn't mention anything about even selling or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised,
Mhm, The
I
new
go there.
owners came, yeah, and
Yeah.
got building
I mean,
permits.
I'm just kind of annoyed. You've waited a whole year. You didn't get anything that shouldn't happen. And it's like, I kind of want to get the word out to people. Don't do that.
Yeah, so this year I was very firm and not
Yeah.
accepting incomplete. If one
Right.
paper was missing.
So,
I was
so
not
Brian,
gonna
I would
accept it.
table, let them come in here.
Okay.
Don't do that to the staff. Yeah, so
Second.
move to table.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 So moved, all three commissioners present voted in favor of tabling.
43,
Cracker Barrel, Old Country Store, Inc., doing business Cracker Barrel, 227 Whiting Farms Road.
so this is one of the transfers that we had last month. This
Right.
is the old DKM,
Valley.
no, this is the old Valley Hall.
Right.
We just got the approval like 2 weeks ago that the ABCC approved it. So now it belongs to Cracker Barrel. So this is their first
nice.
year like renewing for 2022.
Crack barrels, very nice.
Yeah, now
Perfect.
they got their,
no, that's.
And everything's in good order?
everything's great.
Move to approve.
I second that, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. all
That's a success story.
Present have voted in favor.
And then we can do 44 by itself because 45, 46, and 47 are pockets.
Right.
So, Holyoke Lodging Associates LLC doing business as Homewood Suite 375 Whitney Avenue. Everything in?
No, so I would like if we can send them an invite and come to the meeting because I always have a hard time getting paperwork from this business. They owe me so much paperwork and on top of that, I just got back that they owe taxes.
Move to table.
Second that, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Our next meeting's gonna be able to do some good.
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Hopefully not, because if they bring me this stuff,
Yeah.
we won't have a
quickly
problem.
Clear it through.
So I call it, I'm gonna try.
Right. And inspire
A&A Fernandez Inc. doing business as Fernandez Restaurant, just that one?
Yeah.
Or these are all pockets?
Yeah,
Okay.
so
I'm surprised with the Paper City, man, they closed so quickly, what?
Closed
so-
like back in August.
yeah,
them.
so Fernandez Restaurant sold the building, but not the alcohol license.
Yeah.
And
that's
she's
grand.
currently selling it and we're like, we try to help and we try to spread the word out. So hopefully within this year, she
And she will.
can get rid of.
Did we vote
Yeah.
pockets?
No, we can vote now because they just closed.
Oh, okay.
This is,
Okay, yeah, that's
20
just
they
happened.
just closed.
Yeah, so they served
This-
plenty last year. They're fine.
Oh, yeah, this will be their first year in pocket.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
So
And they'll take care of it because I know they are.
they're in the
Like to get, I personally would like to get every person that's becoming a pocket to come in and speak to us. I mean, it's not an immediate, but I think we should, because we need to emphasize that they need to get rid of it.
I would say we
we do.
We talk to them as staff. on
I
a
think
basis.
Yeah.
the staff is taking care of
We
that.
do,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I would think like maybe next fall.
Yeah.
If there's like
If something's not
anything
moving.
languishing that's brought to our attention,
Yeah.
then it's time to say.
Tell them they have a year,
Yeah,
like try to get rid of it before a new renewal.
But
Yeah, I
like
agree.
Fernandez, that's gonna be transferred in like a few weeks.
Yeah, I don't
That's-
see-
yeah,
We've had,
That's the one that's not.
we've had conversations with the Paper City people. We have good contact with them. We know they're in process and same with Mel's.
Yeah, this is literally their first year that they're in pocket.
These are all ones that closed just recently.
Yeah, all our old pockets, they're all in
Our
active
problem,
businesses.
our problem pockets one from the past already
We only have one. There's
One left?
Frank though.
That's
Yeah.
it.
yeah, so that only that one there.
Mhm.
Right.
So we're going to approve this for renewal and just let it go to pocket, or are we just approving it go to renewal?
All right, I guess you can approve it, and it's just making you aware these
Like,
businesses are
there's nothing
closed.
official that puts in
Right,
the pocket.
just
It's
read
not like we do anything differently.
We've had people coming in the past though to go.
But they were old.
Those were the old ones that we were having issues
Yeah.
with, that we were pushing it.
And so, hey, I'm okay.
So, I didn't invite them to the meeting because I asked them, what's your plan, so I can inform the board. If they don't tell me a plan, then they have to come in front of you guys. But because they're telling me they're either trying to sell it or transfer it, and I'm telling them, well, you guys have a year, and I just, translate that back to you guys.
Agreed.
Yes, thank you.
She's pretty seasoned now, I'm telling you.
I know. So.
So, yeah. Mel,
Motion to approve.
yeah,
A second, all those in favor?
Aye.
So move, all three license board commission president voted in favor of the approval of that. 241 Whiting Farms LLC doing business with Paper City Bar and Grill,
Same,
and that's a pocket, so.
yeah, same. Make a motion to approve.
she
Right, I
did
second that.
join, but she was here in the beginning of the meeting, but
She logged off.
she's trying to either transfer it into a new business. That's that's her plan, to transfer it into a new business.
At the location,
Yeah.
or to some other place.
So I guess they own that whole plaza,
They do.
the Patels.
Got it.
They own that plaza, so I guess they're trying to do a new business to have the license active.
But we don't
Makes
know what's
sense.
gonna happen with the building that
Right.
used to be
Yeah,
Applebee's.
it's just, they need to do better.
That's it. It's turning into a tough market.
It is,
I hope things work out.
it is
What do we get on this?
40.
Motion to approve.
Second that, all those in favor?
Aye.
So move, all three commission president voted in favor. Next we have, is that the
I think it's
Court.
court.
Mel's restaurant, yeah.
Court support? Mel's doing business, Mel's Restaurant, 490 Pleasant Street. So that's in the pocket?
Yeah, so
So
he recently
the
just
original deal
closed, and
crashed.
he's literally in the process of a deal right now with the building.
Something's gonna happen in that corner. Yes, I heard.
No,
about
that's not
Good things.
No, my city council updated me, they were supposed to put a motorcycle dealership in a restaurant.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Deal crashed.
It's a long story.
Because
no,
by the time it came, the interest rates, I think the interest rates, based on Coco's last email to us, based on the interest rates going up, he backed out of buying it, but another
No,
church.
he bought it. He pulled one over on the city. I'll explain that whole situation.
Oh,
On
okay.
another
After
day.
the, yeah.
No, he hasn't sold it yet. He may not make out as well. It's
He bought it for 50,000 and is trying to sell it for 475,000.
underlying trying in
But
this
He
environment.
just wanted to get the zone changed to make it more appealing on the market, but he promised the city that he was gonna bring this motorcycle museum and stuff.
Yeah.
So why didn't the city drop the zone?
They can't.
They already approved it.
And by the way, that probably will be helpful for getting it to a new destination because who's
He
gonna
never
live
had
in the
any
church?
intentions of doing what he said he was doing.
Do we know
He
that or
said-
did his deal
That
crash?
sounds familiar.
He said he was,
No,
he
so-
also wanted to buy that.
Oh, yeah, Mel's is not,
No
Rich.
one's even heard from this guy. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Coco, all right, I want to hear about this.
But Mel's-
You're not supposed to zone change for a project. This is a case where the city council explicitly didn't follow the rules in zone change for a project. Supposed to zone change for the highest and best use of the land. It's not supposed to have anything to do with the proposed.
But I would make a pretty strong argument. They landed in the right place anyway. How is 141 not a business highway?
It is.
All because of,
Really
yeah.
much.
Well, it is now.
It was before.
Coco was pushing for not a zone change, but a
A special permit to go less far for
Which
what you do.
means-
Yeah,
But you could also put things on it, so, hey, when you sell this, this goes away and stuff like that. But the other council did, I don't think, well, I'm gonna find out. I'm
well,
curious about
the
this.
problem you had is they gave it a designation that didn't really match the structure was there. That church has been there a long time before we ever had zoning.
Yeah.
So it's like, what were you thinking, making that residential?
No, but.
Who's gonna live
Well, from what I understand, almost all church, because you can build a church anywhere.
Yes.
That's the thing, like, someone can stick a church anywhere, there's a, so
It's happening already.
that was in R2. But they go to churches all over where there's like, because you can't stop a church from going in, so that's why it's like that. It's just that, I think that's
Well,
everywhere.
it looks like somebody had to pick something, because they're making a map.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Moses-
Anyway, we're kind of down a rabbit hole here.
This is the process of a deal. So
So we think he may be coming forward.
Yes.
next renewal, it definitely already be transferred.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. I move to approve.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So move. And
Wow, aye. Where's that?
doing business as a Lopa 130 race.
Oh, it's,
Well,
it's-
I'll back that,
yeah, it's the street school.
You
This
got me
was
on.
the Sportsman's Cafe license. Again, it just got approved with the ABCC, so this is, this will be the first year.
That pizza place.
renewing.
Yeah. okay.
Yeah, but they're not gonna open until late spring, April, so. He just signed the renewal and gave me a check, and I told him, don't worry about the other stuff, cause you're not open, but as before you get open, you gotta do
Oh,
X, Y, and Z, so he's
So
aware,
it's-
they're good people,
Renew
Yeah.
but don't issue.
yeah.
So so just make a motion to renew, or is there a condition?
Yeah, renew but not issue, because they're not open, they're not gonna open until April,
Got it. Move to renew and not issue.
right?
Second that, all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, all three commission president voted in favor. All right, now we're at alcohol renewal off premise. We got 16.
Yep, so, the good thing is that only 2 and 3 have issues, and then the rest we can take as a package.
All right, so I'm gonna do 1 through, I'm gonna skip 2 and 3 and take 1 through 16. So now we're on 2023 alcohol renewal off premise. OM Holyoke Gas LLC doing business as A&A Gas Enterprise, skipping 2 and 3 for now. Sing Corporation doing business as Antis Market, 539 Pleasant Street. DePally Corporation doing business as BJ's Liquor, 54 North Canal Street. Homestead Grocery Mart doing business as Twins Stock Food Store, 625 Homestead Avenue. LFFHO Inc. doing business as Liquors 44 Lincoln Street. Rajman Inc. doing business as Stop and Go, 399 Hillside Avenue. LPS Inc. doing business as Dylan's Package Store, 589 High Street. Greg and Adams Package Store Inc., 1380 Dwight Street. Rainy Corp. doing business as Jubenville Package Store, 370 Main Street. Holyoke Liquor Mart Inc. doing business as Holyoke Liquor Mart, 2217 Northampton Street. Again, Patsy Baba Inc. doing business as Holyoke Discount Liquors, 209 South Street. Star of Sons Inc. doing business as Shop and Go, 915 Main Street. Phillips Almonte doing business as Tony Grocery Store, 415 Main Street, and MMF Inc. doing business as Turtle Horns, 224B Westfield Road.
What's the deal with Jubilee?
So Jubenville right now is not open, and they're in the process. They own that lot right there too, Sound Solution, all that corner.
Okay.
There, if you drive by there, you'll notice that they're remodeling that corner
Yes, I
building.
seen things happening in that. one.
Yeah, so they're trying to transfer the package store into that location. I just told them to make sure they reach out to building to make sure that that is.
Yeah,
allowed.
there's action going on in there.
Yeah,
I was in
But
there a couple days
it's
ago.
another approval, not issue, because they're not open,
Gotcha, okay.
and yeah, they're all set.
Tony's Grocery, have any of you eat food from Tony's Grocery? They cook good.
They're
Huh?
all right,
Yeah,
their beef patties are good.
yeah, the beef patty is pretty good. So you know. Thank you.
Tell us all the hot spots.
Duly noted.
To step in.
Spicy.
So we need to
Motion.
approve the whole, move to approve.
We're moving that whole packet?
Yeah.
Okay,
Second that,
all those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, all three commissioners present and voted in favor. Now we're going to
Yep,
two,
Manny,
that's right.
Alicia doing business with Manny Market, 157 Sergeant Street.
taxes.
Move to table.
Second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present and voted to table. Bao Keyshawn LLC doing business with High Street Liquor, 642, 648 High Street.
Taxes.
Table.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All three commissioners present and voted in favor. And Roy's the tax collector.
The treasurer.
The treasurer,
Treasurer,
sorry, the tax collector is Laura Wilson.
He makes the rules.
They had a whole meeting about this tax issue and issuing license and stuff.
The mayor's been involved.
And when I request taxes now, I have to put parcel, name, full ad, like a whole bunch of stuff.
What do you mean you request?
Cause I have to send an email with the businesses.
Oh, when you request from them.
Yeah, like.
Now they're asking you for a lot more stuff.
Oh my God, you have no idea. And when it's a long agenda like this, is very,
That's punishment. Yeah.
Are you adding it to the spreadsheet so it's there for next year,
go up.
the tax numbers, so you have, like if you.
Oh, the parcels? No, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, just add a field and put it with
Yeah.
each parcel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's smart. You're so smart.
I can do that.
So wait, where are we now?
Old
We're on
business.
old business,
Okay,
other business.
Any.
Old business, if you guys remember Fitzgerald Inc. of Holyoke and MMF Inc., which is the Schimmelhorns on 224 Westfield Road, was on our agenda last month. The Mitchells were supposed to purchase that property. The deal fell through, but the deal fell through after the ABCC approved it.
Oh, no.
But because Frank Caruso is such a great attorney, he reached out to the ABCC and see what are the next steps. So all we have to do is sent out an LIC form reversing the license back to the Fitzgeralds. But I just put it on the agenda because I didn't know if it had to go into records since we had a whole hearing about
Gotcha.
it.
Well, we shouldn't have that, because we put hearing for reversal.
No.
No. I put it on the record
Just-
because we had a hearing.
Oh,
We don't have to vote on it, right?
It's more of an FYI.
Yeah, it's more of an FYI, exactly.
Great, no, I
Yeah.
don't.
The Fitzgeralds are still,
Yeah.
Thank
the
you.
deal
It's just
fell through.
reverting back to what it
Yeah,
always was.
We
Right.
haven't even approved.
Oh,
no, because I haven't had time,
And you took it.
good.
so. there's-
Well, that's for the next time or when you can. I don't know, December's reasonable.
And
No, we don't have
the
it.
policy and procedures, have you dug up the latest version?
I think it's this one.
What do
I
you,
haven't.
do you have it in the electronic form?
I believe so.
Okay, could you mail that out? And we're not gonna hit it on in December.
Yeah, no.
But could you mail out, so we can start back on that for January?
Okay. Good.
And then the last thing we need to discuss is the next meeting. I know I
Yeah.
put December 14th, but it's supposed to be December 21st. Now, the problem is there's a HRA meeting, so this room won't be available. So if we agree to do a Zoom, we can still have the meeting on the 21st. Or if not, we gotta switch it, if you guys want to be in person.
And we are invited, we did say we were gonna be inviting a lot of people
Yep.
to the meeting.
What about the room we used to be in next door in the basement? Why not just go there? Go
I
back to that.
don't,
Yeah, I don't know how to even reserve that or what you're talking about, but I can look into it.
or we can.
Are
do
you
it on-
talking in this building or over in the city
I
hall?
think City Hall building, we used to.
In the basement.
We were in the basement, there was.
I don't even know if that's still a space.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
What if the former tax collector's office? Isn't that like?
Yeah,
an
no,
open
so-
space?
I don't think we should
They're
change
doing all kinds
because,
of moving things around.
because of our equipment, so I don't think we should change. If we can do it through Zoom, I don't think we should change.
Or we can
the
just do it
office.
on Tuesday.
Yeah, or Tuesday, right?
I'm looking at Tuesday,
Um,
that'll be the 20th. then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I may be coming in remote.
Okay, that's fine.
I may be back in Holyoke on time. Yeah, I may be like in my car.
Okay,
I'll make it work.
so the 20th.
should we go
Because-
5:15?
Wait a minute, we're pulling a lot of people, you're right, we're pulling a lot of people into that meeting, and I
Yeah.
think we all need to be here, so.
I think, yeah, it should be in face to face.
So look,
We need to figure it
I just have my meeting in Malden and it tends to end in the afternoon. We have a gathering because it's the end of the year. It's just 5 o'clock. If I hit some traffic, I may be
It
running.
doesn't have to be that day, right?
What about Thursday?
The
I'm
22nd,
not here that.
Oh,
day.
he's not here Thursday.
We have a lot
No,
of-
hold the 20th. I'll figure it out. I'll make it work.
What is-
I mean, because I feel for you, because if you're coming from someplace and then having an event, and then you're gonna. I don't know, okay.
about,
Yeah, well, I'm bone dry. You don't have to worry about that. It's just, I gotta, yeah.
I was gonna say, would it help to start at 5:30?
It would, actually. Can we do 5:30?
5:30 on Tuesday?
That little bit of time would actually make a big difference, I think.
I mean, it's not gonna be as long, it's definitely, this is our longest meeting we've ever had. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. if it's supposed to be,
Yeah,
but
and if, you know, I'm definitely gonna put pressure on people to make sure they hand me in their stuff, so as long as I receive the stuff, it shouldn't be long. And then another thing that we need to discuss is, Aaron Vega brought up, an idea because a lot of people have been getting sick and out with the cold. He wants to know if it's just a suggestion, if you guys wanna go completely remote meetings for January and February, just to say, like, health wise issues. Cause to not get sick.
We've already adopted the policy of, we don't allow public meetings if, what did we adopt? Remember we adopted that? Remember when we brought back the meetings and we said, what did we say?
I don't know, because
Whatever you
it's
said
in
sounds
person, but it was still available through remote.
Right.
Yeah,
Right, doing it now.
Is he suggest? I mean, if you guys want.
It's still not gonna be able to.
No, he said let the board make, you know, make the
So
decision, but.
why don't we kick that can down the road for the meeting on the 21st and just see how much
20th.
COVID or other kind of
There's a
communication.
January meeting that have nothing on it, so it's like.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the other option.
Yeah, it should be stay on.
We can always, because what we had discussed was, when there's a public health crisis again, we would shut down the public side of it.
Right.
So we would still meet in person,
But the
Because I-
public would
but the
intervene.
public would have to come in remotely.
Right.
I think it's much easier for us, and I know it's easier for me, you see, I struggle here when we're in person. So when we're remote, it's even worse.
No, yeah, it was just something he wanted us to bring up and see what you guys thought of it, cause
Yeah.
they have been multiple people out sick in our department, so,
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess the flu's bad this year.
yeah.
Yeah, very bad.
we're seeing it in my office too, but you know, let's see how things shake out.
Yeah.
This stuff changes by the month.
Yeah.
Just something to
Yeah.
ponder.
Before we close, do you want to take time to chat Rory? About this, like, would we want to invite him in, what do we look like, what do we want from the treasurer?
Alright.
Clarity.
There's a lot of probably type of legal type of questionings that might come into play, and then we would like to have her in that meeting.
And is there a policy that's been generated here that can be read?
I could send you what I received.
That
What
might
they're
be,
doing.
that might be a good first step.
So, yeah, and start, and. I'm gonna, if I'm gonna reach out, after I receive that from you, I may reach out to Rory for clarity
Sure.
to follow up with you.
Yeah,
With you at our later.
yeah,
meeting.
absolutely.
And I'll just.
Cause I'm really uncomfortable with hearing from a licensee that there's like no negotiating.
That was bad.
Yeah,
I mean, the man was almost in tears.
Oh, he wasn't
Was-
serious.
yeah, what it was.
Yeah, no, he was very stressed, like he was calling me and I just told him like, just come to the meeting, I don't approve or deny, you
Yeah.
know, so.
Yeah, the man clearly has every good intention of following every rule in sight and just finds himself in a very
Right.
difficult situation.
Yeah,
We want to be responsive to that.
I agree.
Yeah. All right.
Anything
Okay.
else? Is it almost-
You're gonna send our document to me.
Yep,
For me.
I'll send it to all three.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you.
thank you. Are we ready to close?
Are you done, John? You got something to say?
I'm good.
You good?
Make a motion, we close.
Second.
Wanna make, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
So we're, we got.
Okay, what time is it? Yeah.
At 7:50 p.m.
New record.